What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. What up, Freesia Long? You said this is the only channel that you look forward to? Well, we got after hours tonight. I'm actually going to be changing the name of that this week. But I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on, friends and family? I appreciate y'all. It is Monday, September 15th, 2025, year of our Lord. We made it to another day. We made it to another day. Moses King, Audrey Rihanna, Denise in the building, Will Nola, Jason A Team. Who in the chat today? Who is in the chat? A done right on politics. Amen. Yeah. Yeah. What up? What up? We got the Q show is gonna be on after hours tonight. I'm gonna be hosting it, not Q. Q gotta take care of some business. Life events that she's taking care of, but we don't miss. Speaking of not missing, man, I need my thing to hold my phone. I have to go and get it later. Speaking of not missing, I got an announcement. We got to do some housekeeping before we get started with the show. All right, I got an announcement. Anton from AntonDaniels.com, initially was not going to say this out loud because I want to be able to filter through the people that I actually need. You know what I'm saying? But I was actually going to keep this on the low, but I want to see something. I want to see something really quickly. I want to see something. So, anyways, long story short, I was going on, and let me first ask y'all a question. This channel, let me pull it up just to double check. Actually, I don't even need to pull it up on that. I can pull it up on here. This channel, the Millionaire Morning Show. Let's get some housekeeping out of the way, and then we're going to get it popping. View channel. All right, so this channel, the Millionaire Morning Show, is sitting at 391,000 subscribers. After Hours is sitting at 94,000 subscribers. The Anton Daniels channel is sitting at 913,000 subscribers. And in the Darth Anton channel, which I want to get into and I want to start posting on a daily basis on, that only got 35 videos on it, but it got 56,000 subscribers. All right. So let me say that again from top to bottom. The Anton Daniels channel got 913,000. And I want to get it to 1 million, obviously. Millionaire Morning Show is at 391,000. I want to get that to 400,000. So I'm 83,000 away to get to 1 million on the Anton Daniels channel. 9,000 away to get to 400,000 here on the Millionaire Morning Show. 6,000 away from 100,000 on After Hours. And roughly looks like 44,000 away on the Darth Anton channel from getting that to 100,000. Okay, so why do I say that? Well, first, let me ask you all a question. Which one do you think is going to cross the threshold first? Do you think it's going to be the Anton Daniels channel that get to 1 million with 83,000 subs left? Do you think that it's going to be this channel with 9,000 subs left to get to 400,000? Do you think it's going to be the After Hours channel that needs 6,000 subs that's going to get to 100,000? Or the Darth Anton channel that needs 45,000 subs to get to 100,000? Which one do y'all think is going to make it first? Jesse says the Anton Daniels channel. Now remember, this one only needs 9,000. After Hours only needs 6. Anton channel, Millionaire Morning Show After Hours. This one After Hours. Millionaires MMS says Chanel. Anton Daniels channel, then Millionaires surprise growth on Darth Anton. This one, not you, says this one. After Hours, this channel, After Hours. A lot of people saying After Hours. I personally think it's going to be this one. I think the Millionaire Morning Show is going to hit 400. And then it's going to be the Anton Daniels channel. And then, because I think it's going to take about at least a month. It's going to take a month from today to hit 1 million. I think it's only going to take a couple weeks to hit 400,000 on this channel. And I think that'll be neck and neck with After Hours. Something like that. I think After Hours is going to come third. And that. I think that. But we're going to change. We're changing the name of After Hours to be something else once it hit 100,000. Once After Hours hit 100,000, it's going to be something else. Now, remember, we got the Q show tonight. That's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be hosting it myself. And we're going to be getting it popping. So why am I saying this to you guys? Why am I telling you this? Because we're growing. We're growing. We're growing in shows. I'm needed in more places than sitting at my computer for 8 hours outside of whatever it is that I'm doing streaming. So I got to stream, right? I usually do between 2.5, 3 hours on this channel. And then I stream at night. It could be anywhere from 3 to 6 hours at night. And then I have to sit at a desk, a lot of times and do a lot of busy work and all of that stuff. So what am I saying right now? And again, I was thinking about keeping this internal, but I decided that I didn't want to keep it internal because I want to be very, very clear. Now, we're growing. So the next position that I'm hiring for is a full-time editor. That is what I'm looking for. All right. Now, I got some people in mind and they know who they are inside of the chat, but I want the best of the best. And I can't discriminate because for me, it's not about throwing alley-oops. It's about getting the best thing. That's for what it is, what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a full-time editor. That means that whatever it is that you got going on outside of this job, if this is the job that you decide to take, will be secondary. I'm not no hater. So I'm not trying to prevent people from doing anything outside of me, running your channels, doing your other job or whatever. But what I am saying is that I am not looking for a person that is part-time. I'm not looking for nobody that's just looking to get a hustle on. I need somebody that's genuinely in the team. So let me be very clear before we get started with the show. I'm about to tell you, Equal Opportunity Smoke. I'm going to be very clear. I am not a cheap person. Okay? So this is the requirements for the position. And again, a lot of people know that I got my eye on some people, but I got to put it out there because I want the best. I'm not cheap. Okay? So in this economy, I am going to pay. And again, I'm not looking for a producer. I'm not looking for anybody. And it's some caveats. So I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying before I say it. I don't want you to apply before you hear the full description of what I'm looking for. Okay? This is what I'm looking for. And shout out to everybody that's here early so you can get the leg up. If you know somebody, if you think that this is going to be the best person for the job, this is what I need you to do. I need you to be putting in 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. The only thing I want you to do is editing, uploading, and doing thumbnails. That includes shorts, clips, download, upload, the whole 9 yards. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't need a producer. And these are the requirements. You have to know Premiere Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro. You got to know Adobe Premiere Pro. You got to know Photoshop. Okay, those are the two big things. I would like for you to know AI, Gemini preferably, but if you know ChatGPT, because it is important, I am integrating it into a lot of what I'm doing. So hear me out again. I need a full-time editor, full-time. You work for me first. I need somebody that knows Photoshop, Premiere Pro, Adobe Creative Suite, that knows how to make super dope thumbnails, and also can take things that I've already templatized and either improve upon it over time or make sure that you are getting this stuff out. Now, I need you to do clips. You will be in charge of making sure that everything is uploaded ahead of time. I don't need you to pick nothing. I just need you to take what it is that I already record and the shows that I already do, and I need you to be able to do clips, and I need you to be able to do shorts, thumbnails, clips, shorts, thumbnails, clips, shorts, thumbnails, and pre-recorded content. That's it. Now, I'm going to make it easy for you. Okay? Now, remember, if you are a G, if you a monster at this, I'm with it. That's what I'm looking for. But I'm going to make it easy for y'all. All right? 8 hours a day is slavery hours? Wow. Well, we filtered that person out. You don't even have to be here in Detroit. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to make it very easy for you. You don't even have to be here in Detroit. This is and can be. Now, if you are here, I really love that. But if you are not in the city, that's cool. You don't have to be here. You can be fully remote. I am not looking for somebody that has to be here. You can work remotely. All right. Here's the last part. The part that everybody wants to know. How much is the pay? Now, I understand that full-time editors, they don't make a whole lot of money. I know what the industry is. I know I can go overseas. I can get me a Thailand person. I can go get me a person over here that's going to do it for literally $10,000, $12,000 a year. So many different people has hit me up. A lot of my friends do it. A lot of content creators, almost every single content creator outsources outside of the United States of America. Somebody from India, somebody from Africa, somebody from Asia, somewhere, right? I want my person here in the United States of America. So even if you are remote, you have to be working in the United States of America. Okay? Now, how much is the pay? I am willing to pay $100K a year. That is the salary. That is why I want you to make sure that you are prioritizing what I have going on. And let me be very clear. I don't need no excuses. I don't need nobody talking about, hey, I need a day off. Cool. If you want a day off, then get all of your work done ahead of time for the next days. And then you do whatever it is that you got to do. I am willing to pay $100K a year to a person that is dedicated to working all of my channels and making sure everything is taken care of. All right. I don't want nobody working with me that's not making $100K a year. Not full time anyways. All right. I am not trying to be cheap. And so for what I am telling you to do, I am not looking for a Dusty. I don't want to train nobody. Yes, I am going to give you a little bit of training on what it is that I do, as far as like, giving you setup, making sure that you integrate it into the cloud. That way I can just upload and download and be able to get whatever it is that you need to do and all of that stuff. But I need somebody that primarily, listen, whatever you do after all of the work is done for the Anton Daniels channel, that's on you. But I need somebody to hit the ground running. I need somebody that is incredible at what they do. I want somebody that knows AI, that knows no half stepping. I need my stuff at the same level as the top content creators as far as my thumbnails. All right. You can be fully remote. Just get my stuff done and make sure that my stuff is right. And I am going to make sure that I pay you at least 100 grand a year with upward mobility. If you need a MacBook Pro to do your job, I can do that also. All right. If you need a MacBook Pro to do your job, I can send you that also. You got to have a good connection because I do a lot of up and down, a lot of uploading and downloading, a lot of uploading and downloading. So you got to have a great connection, right? Internet connection. You got to be able to work 7 days a week. That's Monday through Sunday. All right. I'm willing to pay you 100K a year and no misses, so no excuses. You manage your own time, you manage your own schedule. I'm not no babysitter, I'm not a micromanager. I just want my stuff done. All right, I'm not going to check in to see how many hours you putting in. I don't care. I'm not that type of person. Do whatever it is that you got to do outside of this. This is fully remote. But what I am saying is that I need somebody that don't need training wheels, that already got the skill set, that already know what they doing, and can get it popping. This is 1099. It's not W-2. This is 1099. So you got to pay your own taxes. I give you the full amount. I'm not doing any withholding. I'm going to give you the full amount. All right. If you don't need no training wheels, I can probably boost you up a little bit more. If you don't need no training wheels and you don't need no laptop, I could probably pay you a little bit more. But I'm going to pay about 100K a year. And I can make sure that you're taken care of. All right. I do have more positions that is coming up in the future as I continue to scale. But for now, that is the primary thing because I need to free myself up more so that I can go and pursue other opportunities and expand what it is that I got going on. All right. Do not try to jump in this and think that, oh man, I'm going to just half-ass it. I don't need you. I don't need that type of help. I am a very nice person. I am a very generous person. I don't micromanage people, so I don't need people coming late. I don't need people half-stepping. I don't need no excuses. Oh, my connection is out. My dog ain't my homework. This ain't that. This ain't that at all. This is 100%, 100% about grown man's business. And again, I'm willing to pay roughly 100K a year for the position. Now, if you can find another editor position that's going to pay you that, then God bless you and have a nice day. But I'm keeping it 100% in the United States of America. We're going to continue to expand and we're going to continue to put it out there. I used to have the ADAN domain, Chris James. I like Gmail better. I just like the Gmail better. So if you are a person that is fully not need training, not need help, that's trying to figure it out, listen, please don't waste my time. Pass it on to somebody else that you know actually is really good at what it is that they do. If you are a person that is about that life, oh, I'm sorry. It was one more thing that I needed to say. You got to know YouTube. All right. I can give you all of the stuff that I know as far as YouTube, but you got to know how to manage a YouTube channel. I'm going to give you the little crash course on how I want my channels managed, but you also going to have to understand social media and you're going to have to know how to manage YouTube. All right. That's the last thing. How do you get in touch with me? Send me your information. If you have a portfolio, that will be even better on things that you work for. But send me your information. to my Gmail. Anton Daniels 413 at gmail.com. Somebody said, did you fire your editor? No, I did not fire my editor. Everybody that works with me continues to work with me. I need more people. See, this is the way that I move. Usually people that work for me, a lot of times, if they want to, they elevate into different positions and they take on different responsibilities. So I'm expanding. I'm expanding. All right. Anthony Washington says I'm a bozo. Nice. I'll make sure I look for any Anthony Washingtons that apply, and they will not be any of the people that that I'm inviting into this position. All right. Just to summarize, or you can, send it to my email. Just to summarize, looking for a person that is a full-time editor, can put at least 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, because I upload every day, into what it is that I do. Thumbnails, managing the YouTube channel, clips, shorts, knows Premiere Pro, knows Photoshop, really great understanding of AI, prompt engineering. And this is, don't pay attention to anybody that's dusty. And this is a full-time remote position, so you don't have to come into the studio. All right. All right. And then email me your information. Oh, start date. Last thing. I would like for somebody to start preferably around October 1st. All right. Look at my calendar. Just double check something real quick. So this is in a couple weeks. October 1st. That's a Wednesday. All right. Beginning of October. That week at the beginning of October. And then we get it popping. All right. Beginning of October. Could be a little bit before that same week or whatever. All right. So if you need to rewind this and rewatch it, feel free to do so. Don't apply for any position that I did not list. Don't send me some stuff talking about, oh man, can you make an exception? I cannot. That's not what this is. If you do not have the credentials, do not apply. And that's it. That's it. All right. So I'm pretty sure I can find somebody. Pretty sure that I can find somebody that can do the job effectively. Okay. So somebody said, let me answer some of y'all questions on this. Obi says, is that just a 30K for this year or still for the full 100K? No. So you basically take 12 months and you divide the 100 by 12, and that's what you're going to get. All right. So it's a little bit between 8 and 9K a month. 8, 9K a month is how much it is. So prorated. How about that? That's a better way to put it. It's prorated. So if you are a person that can free me up to focus more on the content and go and getting these deals and expanding my network, and you can take over the responsibilities of editing, then I invite you to apply. Anton Daniels 413 at gmail.com. All right. Anton Daniels 413 at gmail.com. That's how you do it. Somebody said 90-day probation. Nah, this ain't that. Yes, 7 days a week. I upload content 7 days a week. Seven days a week. So if it take you 4 hours to get the work done because you're just that great, then you got an additional 4 hours to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. All right. Do you have to have a degree? I see somebody said, do you have to have a degree? No. If you got one, then that's cool. But do you have to have a degree? No, you do not have to have a degree. No, you do not have to have went to a major universities. You just got to be great at what you do. I don't care about your degrees. If you got one, cool. But I don't care about that. If you the best at what you do and you got that work ethic, you got that dog in you, that's what I want. Jason Forever Man says 7 days a week is kind of wild. It's not wild. It's just not for you. Listen. I respect you. I respect that. I respect if people saying, you know what, I'm not interested in working 7 days a week. I don't want to get up at, whatever time that I have to get up in order to get the content and push that junk out on a weekend. I don't want to do that. I respect that. I 100% respect it. That just means that, when you throw your filter on, when you're trying to figure out where to stay at on your Airbnb, my home is not for you. I get it. I respect it. I'm not tripping off of that. I respect it. If you don't want to roll out of bed and sit in your bed and do a little bit of editing in the morning, get some breakfast and get that bag and then get that $8,500-$8,600 check at the end. I ain't tripping. Listen, I respect it. I respect it 1,000%, bro. All right. I'm not tripping. So go ahead, dog. I mean, it's not for everybody. And again, I need y'all to pay attention. I'm not a micromanager. So I'm not checking to see if you've been how much time you doing. But I need 100%, 100% focus on what I got going on. All right. All right. So if anybody again is interested in working 7 days a week from home with a good connection, you may need a laptop, MacBook Pro or something like that. Let me know. Email me your information, AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. If I don't know you, make sure you send in your resume, your LinkedIn. If you got a portfolio, that'd be dope. And we're going to get it popping. All right? All right, let's get it popping. So, thank y'all for listening. Thank you for my TED Talk. Let me go ahead and read some of these super chats and cash apps, and then we're going to go ahead and get it started and put it in for the show. Of course, I'm going to give preference to my bag chasers. Of course, I'm giving preference to the bag chasers. All right. Y'all just be wanting to work for nothing. Shout out to Mike That Dude. I appreciate you, Mike That Dude, for holding me down. Also, my dog, Spencer Campbell, on Cash App. Thank y'all for supporting the platform. I also want to make sure that I acknowledge Anton Thornton says, still bag chasing in another state, building T-Mobile and Costco in Chicago. Shout out to you, big dog. Mr. Thompson says you was cooking on Friday, Anton. Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Equal Opportunity Smoke says Time Dog. Funny, I seen a Subaru hatchback set. Mr. Lot in the building. What up, though? Yeah, I was at the Lions game. It was a great game. Shout out to everybody that I ran into. Brandon Gordon says, I appreciate you, Mr. Daniel. Stocks are doing numbers. If you're not a part of the Patreon, it's a huge disservice to yourself. Shout out to Brandon Gordon. I appreciate you also. Amir Taylor says, great morning to you, AD. I recently lost my father this past Sunday. Prayers up, bro. Prayers up. How were you able to grow past the loss of your dad? I keep feeling that I should have done more. I just kept working, bro. I didn't slow down. My coping mechanism is a thing that I'm good at right now. I channeled all of that into what it is that I do. I didn't sit there. I didn't mope. I was so busy. I was just so busy trying to make sure that the family was taken care of. I had to catch my mom up on back taxes because I didn't realize that their taxes was messed up. So I had to handle that, funeral and everything like that. And so I just stayed busy, bro. You got to stay busy. You got to keep moving. Keep moving. Slowing down is death. Keeping it moving is life. And so that's how I coped with mine. I don't know if everybody else had a different way they coped, but I coped differently. Hi, AD. Good morning. VP JD Vance is live on CK channel. Oh, really? Okay, I'm going to go over to that. Let me check that out. Brian the Filmmaker says, I'm here to edit, bro. I do this for a living. I hope you will consider me. Send it to me. Send me your information, bro. Jake Smooth Production says, AD, where do I sign up? I sent it. Carrington Love Jr. says you need a distributing publishing administrator too. The MMS needs to be distributed as a podcast, and YouTube publishing and radio performance royalties will be collected. I'm going to email you about this. All right, let me know. Five Brown says, I nominate my boy Yakar for the position. Yakar is a really great person. He was a great candidate. Princeton Ladd says, whoever edits for AD don't put time chapters on the videos, are you fired? We need all the money. Brandon Burke says, I will quit my job like Jonah Hill did in Wolf of Wall Street. Free game to those applying and AD your work. Then you apply to stand out. Shout out to Brandon Burke. Jake Smooth's in the building, says I'll do it for 75. Jake Smooth, don't undersell yourself. Let me give y'all a quick lesson before we jump into the show. If I say I'm giving 100, you go for 100. You don't undersell yourself. I'm not looking to save no money. I'm looking to inspire. I'm looking to push you. You see what I'm saying? Don't give me no discount. Just give me $25,000 more worth of effort. Do you hear what I'm saying, Jake Smooth? Don't give nobody no discount. You give more effort. You add more value. I don't want a discount. I want more value. You feel me? You feel me? We got to start thinking differently. When you need a pilot, let me know. Shout out to my dog, Captain Brown. I ain't looking to save no money. I'm looking to spend money. Link in the Patreon, or should we just email me? You could just email me. Shout out to you, Mario Stanfield. Onaka in the building says, I have a good friend with 2 media degrees looking for work. What's your work schedule? What's the work schedule requirements? Get it done. Get it done. Boing Boing says, y'all mods are hilarious. How much a part of the team, or how much you put in y'all pockets? I actually pay my mods. I'll actually make sure that some of my mods is taken care of. People that manage my Discord, people that manage the moderator. See, you don't really know what we do over here at the Bag Chasers. I like to try to take care of my people. Yo, listen. I need y'all to stop focusing on what they talking about, because people are jealous. They jealous. They don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you successful. They don't want to see what's happening. Depending on how long certain people do and what responsibilities that they've taken on in the Bag Chasers and stuff like that, I actually make sure that some of my people is taken care of. So listen, you feeling some type of way, but they take me serious. They take the king of the Bag Chasers serious over here. They said, and you a hoe. Read that. See, I was going to let you rock, but now I got to make sure you get up out of here. You so disrespectful. You're so disrespectful. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. God bless you. Shout out to you, Onaka. Let's get it done. 392Q. We going to keep it moving. 392Q says, and y'all will be working for a man who actually give a damn about you as well. Shout out to my dog, 392Q. Shout out to P. Shank, says, good morning to Anton and the Millionaire Morning Show. Dan says, do you offer mentorships for new software engineering? I don't right now. I don't. I'm sorry. Sarge says, what up, AD? Been missing in action for a while, working on a motorcycle event coming up, but I'm in for the show today. Shout out to Sarge. Shout out to everybody. All right, y'all, we got to get started with the show. I had to take a half hour to make sure that I took care of business. All right. So again, Q show tonight. I'm going to be hosting it. Q is going to be out. Also on top of that, if you need to hit me up, email me at Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com. No dusties. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about today is my fellow Dusties. All right. We're going to talk about 7 different things, but I want to talk about my fellow Dusties before I get started today. All right. And let's start here. So these women that I'm presenting to you right now are speaking specifically about the issues that is within the community and why it is so difficult to deal with the culture, because I tend to believe, and I know that I'm right, that black culture is a scam. Not black people, not black respectable people, not American culture. Black culture specifically is a scam. It is one of the biggest scams going. Let me present to you some of the narrative of what these people are saying, and I'm going to help you to understand why it's a scam.
Charlie Kirk is dead and black people are mad at him. Why? Oh, I know. He acknowledged what he thought was problems in our communities and offered solutions. Hard work, fathers in a home, education. That's what y'all mad at. Somebody telling you to work hard, marry before having children, and take education seriously. We have lost the plot. We have really lost the plot, and I am extremely concerned about my people. Liberal ideology, Democrat ideology, baby mama culture, whatever you want to call it. Something has convinced Black America that it is possible for them to succeed in this country without valuing education and two-parent households. I want Black people to understand that there's no evidence in human history of a group of people being successful without education and strong family values. It just does not exist. No amount of government aid, assistance, programs, because I know y'all love programs, can replace the impact of having a father in a home. It's just not going to happen. There's no way around the fact, the very real fact, that conservative principles and values are needed to establish a strong foundation across any culture, across any racial group. They're needed. Period.
So I want to stop there for a moment before we continue on with the video, and I want to have a conversation really quickly. Somebody in the chat said, because I like to interact with my chat, and I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm also. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Somebody in the chat says, it's not Black culture, it's a few bad people. Oh, no, 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 no. What is culture? Forget the dictionary. It's like trying to define what friends are. Culture is the thing that you promote and you celebrate the most. It's what defines you. It's how you separate yourself from another group of people. That is culture. It's the expectations placed upon you. I'm going to deep dive a little bit today. It's the expectations placed upon you based off of whatever it is that you adopt and you subject yourself to. The majority rules. That's why they used to say, listen, if you're hanging around 5 broke people, you're going to be the 6. You know why? Because the cultural norms is for you to do things that lead to being broke. And we are influenced. People don't want to admit it, but everybody and everyone has a level of influence. And we are influenced by the things that surround us. Absolutely. How we talk, how we walk, what we think is dope, our dress, how it is that we speak to people, if we speak to people. Expectations, whether or not you think everybody is racist just because you didn't get the position or just because they don't agree with you. Now everybody is racist. When I see people use the same talking points over and over again, I know that they are impacted by a specific type of culture. And some of the most toxic things that I've ever seen in my entire life is in the culture. And it's why it's so popular, right? For people to say that I hate Charlie Kirk. Because I'm going to tell you this. I would be willing to bet if I was able to somehow, some way get my hands on data, that if I was able to get a hold of Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA YouTube data and analytics and their website data and analytics, that I would be willing to say that probably less than 1% of the people that clicked on a Turning Point USA video or a debate was actually a Black person. All of a sudden, overnight, everybody became an expert on everything Charlie Kirk. But for whatever reason, they kept using the same talking points over and over again. And they were using it out of context. And that's the fastest way for me to figure out whether or not somebody knows what they're talking about, is if they use a similar talking point to somebody else, but they don't understand the context. It's the quickest way. All of a sudden, everybody was against Charlie Kirk. And so I was thinking to myself, well, where were all of these black people that were against Charlie Kirk when he was alive? I didn't even know that black people was aware of Charlie Kirk. I'm a conservative. I'm in the spaces. I go and meet with some of the same people, rub shoulders sometimes, hang out. Never got an opportunity to actually shake Charlie Kirk's hand, but I'm in the same spaces. And I wasn't even familiar with everything Charlie Kirk. I had to literally go and deep dive into a lot of his debates and watch him in their entirety. And I didn't hear one hateful word or one evil thing. And so you got people that's taking words out of context and they'll make a compilation and then all of a sudden everybody is all racist again. I said, where did all of these Charlie Kirk experts come from? How come we didn't see any of these people that felt this way prior to his passing? But I will tell you that because he was Republican, first one, that's the first red mark. Because he was a strong family man and he believed in traditional values. And those two alone is enough for the culture to be against you, because we don't believe in men on men biting pillows and doing a circle jerk, because we don't believe in your alternative demonic lifestyle, because we don't support the idea that you should be opening up your legs to people that you know is not going to take care of their children, and because we hold you accountable for the crime that is committed by people that look like you against people that look like you, all of a sudden that is racist to call a spade a spade. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But here we are.
What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all acting like this ain't common sense? Like, I know y'all know this.
All up and down my timeline, all I see is Charlie Kirk a racist. He said this about black people. He said that about black people. He this, he that. I don't feel bad. I don't care. I'ma mind my business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. The problem.
And for the record, people that talk about something but then say that they gonna mind their business, it's not minding their business. They're talking about it specifically.
I have with black people is that we don't like to be told when we're wrong. We don't like to be held accountable. We don't like nobody telling us nothing. It don't matter, even if you are black. If you tell another black person right from wrong, they call you judgmental, and then they'll use the excuse only God can judge me as to justify their poor behavior. Y'all is the same Negroes that get on here and act a fool, and then you want somebody to have sympathy and empathy for you when you in a situation that you can't get yourself out of, when it's you or your family member in a predicament. But y'all sitting on here happy and celebrating the expiration of this man in public. What kind of, like, y'all are wicked and evil to the core. I don't care what y'all call me, Uncle Tom, Uncle, whatever you want to say. Oh, you just trying to get the validation of the YT people. Like, don't nobody care about that. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Black people, y'all get on my nerves with that. Y'all always want to make everything about racism. Everything is not about race. Some stuff is just common sense and sound advice. Y'all don't want to listen to nobody, though. That's the problem that we have in this community. Y'all think y'all can't take criticism at all. That can't nobody talk to you about nothing. Can't nobody criticize you about nothing. And don't let them be a different race. They racist all of a sudden. Everybody racist if they say anything that's negative against a black person. Like, come on now. Let's just be for real. Some people can speak the truth and it's not racist. A lot of y'all, if I was a different race, y'all would call me racist. Like, no, y'all are just ignorant.
We live in the most weak, sensitive, in their feelings, I want to kill somebody because they disagree with me era ever. Era ever. I have never seen so many weak people in my entire life. I have never seen so many butthurt, easily broken people in my entire life. And men should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. I mean, even if we see women being women, I mean, they women, what do we think that they're going to do? No leadership, multiple different children by multiple different men. They haven't made a good decision since their father left their mother, which means that they've never made a good decision in their life. If they can't pick a man, what makes you think that they can pick somebody to follow? Listen, these are the same people that's picking the people that is their therapist, and their therapist is weirdos. You can't pick a man to be a good father to your son and your daughter. What makes you think that I should listen to you as far as your advice on what racism really looks like? You need guidance. You need a covering over you. You don't need to have an opinion. People with bad life decisions always got an opinion. I pay no attention to them because you will know them by their fruits. It is what it is. I mean, you can be bothered by me. You can get upset about it, but it is what it is. You know why your mama and your grandma hate me? You know why you know why you got a difficult time trying to convince your husband to check me out or to listen to what I'm saying, because he's in his feminine energy. And the minute that he checks me out, he knows that you've seen it. And so now he has an expectation to be better than what he is. But he don't want to be better. He just want to continue to hang out with the fellas, smoke trees all day, have no kind of ambition. He has no work ethic. And this is the thing that he champions, because for somebody to hold you accountable, that would mean that they would point out your flaws, and you don't like that. It hurt. It hurt you for somebody to point out your flaws. But the one thing that I learned about black people is that you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell a black person that is embracing the cultural nothing. Nothing. Not a thing. I tried to tell a girl over the weekend, I said, hey, why don't you, and she had a rebuttal. So I was like, okay. In my older age, I've learned not to debate with people unless I'm on a panel, on one of my own panels, to debate with people. I'm not trying to convince you. Listen, you keep being poor. She don't know. She didn't know me. She don't know me from a can of paint. Why would she care about what I said? Why would she care? And it really bothers them when you don't even engage with them further past what it is that they said. When I be like, oh, okay. All right, well, God bless you. They hate that. They hate it. They hate when you say, dog, I have never seen a phrase. This is how fragile we are. This is how broken we are as a society now. Do you know the phrase that triggers people the most? God bless you. So what you trying to say? God bless you. That's what I'm trying to say. If you show any level of respect, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Excuse me, sir. Oh, you trying to be like white people. Ha! You don't even feel like I love you until I disrespect you. You don't even feel like I love you unless I disrespect you. Crazy, bro. It's insane. It's crazy. We are living in demonic times. We are living in demonic times. I'm telling you. And you will be surprised at how many people actually is scared. Most of y'all, listen, you just bullied. You not even really of that life. You're not cut from that cloth. I was telling YFF1 on Saturday. What was that? Friday, Saturday? That you just bullied. You a victim. Somebody bullied you into doing what it is and thinking what you thinking, and they never taught you. Your father wasn't there. Charlie Kirk said something on a debate that I was watching the other day, and he was talking to a black person, and he said, listen, you know what's really wrong? The number one reason that's wrong with the community? 1 out of every 4 households will have 2 parents inside of that household raising that child. That means that 3 out of every 4 household, more than actually, and I went and looked it up and it was actually true, are being raised in broken households with a single mother. And that is not my opinion. That was just the facts. I also read over the weekend, tell me if y'all seen this article. It was an article that popped up on my Apple notifications, right? And it was correlating. I'm gonna have to get that article so I can deep dive into it. Maybe I'll introduce it into Q Show tonight. It was correlating that there was a state. Correct me, y'all. Shout out to the chat. There was a state that actually removed something like they automatically by default put it at 50-50. And so there was no spousal support, no child support or nothing like that. And then the divorce rate plummeted. Did anybody see that? That it's a state or somewhere where the divorce rate plummeted. Kentucky. Divorces across Kentucky is down 25% after a new law set the standard to 50-50 custody if you have children together, limiting child support. Divorce rates plummeted by 25%. Let me say that again. Not only is divorce rates plummeting in Kentucky, but people are being more careful of who they have children with. Not only are divorce rates plummeting, but people are being careful on who they have children with. Hold on, I got to pull it up. See if I can find it really quickly. According to the Wall Street Journal. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up for you. Because, see, y'all think that I'm just making this up. You think that I got this off the Shade Room or something like that. Nah, that ain't what this is. This is different. I'm going to pull it up for you really quickly, just so you can see it for yourself. According to the Wall Street Journal and multiple other publications, divorce rates are plunging in Kentucky. Equal custody for fathers is a big reason why. A law setting 50-50 shared custody as the state's standard was hailed as a victory for fathers, but critics say it puts mothers and children at risk. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not subscribed to the Wall Street Journal and their financial, but so I can't really deep dive into the article. But I seen it pop up on my Apple notifications and I said, what? No way. So you're telling me we are right? That people are more careful on who they open up their legs to and who they get married to when they decide that you remove all of the crutches and the ties to the federal government, that people start to make more informed decisions when you hold them accountable. What? But you can't tell anybody anything. You can't hold anybody accountable. You can't add value into their life. They don't want you to say nothing to them. If you tell them that they need to get a job, they're like, they pew pew. They want to pew pew you. They'd rather invest in a switch than investing in stocks. Everybody want to get rich quick. They don't respect you unless you got a big chain on. Walk past with a big chain on, everybody, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? And we messed up. We broken and we messed up. But I have faith. And you know why I have faith? Because I got over 1.5 million combined subscribers and somebody paying attention. I looked at all of the pro-black people. I looked at every single pro-black profile because, you know me, I'm petty. I like to look at stuff. I looked at all of the pro-black content creators and I tried to figure out whether or not they had an emotion. And I said, wait a minute, we might actually be making some headway here. We might be actually making some headway here. I looked at the stats and it says that I'm beating most of them. So I must be saying something right, or it must be resonating with people. Bro, my Patreon got more subscribers than some of y'all that's on these platforms spewing this evil hate. So y'all must be, we must be doing something right. We must be figuring it out. So I'm going to continue to fight the good fight. And Charlie Kirk was absolutely right. And here's the biggest part. He didn't even focus the majority of his energy on black people. We going to figure it out. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me go ahead and read some of these super chats, and then we're going to go ahead and continue on at the show. We got a full show that's lined up for y'all today. Just wanted to get my thoughts out really quickly while we... I see it's over 3,000 people in here. I see it's over 3,000 people in here. I don't even need y'all to hit a like for the algorithm. If you're not subscribed, then make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications. And if you want to tap in with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Posting in the Patreon, 2 posts in the Patreon a day, all right? Next paradigm shift says, sent that email, Anton. I'm ready for this now after BS. Ooh, we got competition heating up. Linker, please. Shout out to AV. I dropped the link on the Anton Daniels channel, so it'll be there. Mo says the majority of people in our race is incorrigible. Incorrigible. Is that a word? Incorrigible. Never seen that word before. Incorrigible. Incorrigible is not able to be corrected, improved, or okay, all right. And am I saying that right? Incorrigible. Incorrigible. Am I saying that correctly? Is it incorrigible? I'm sorry, I'm a C student. If I'm not able to capture the true meaning or the true essence of the word, then make sure that you guys hold me accountable for that. Shout out to Mo. I appreciate you for teaching us a new word. Robert McKay says the welfare state devastated the black community. We were warned about it years ago, but we never did nothing about it. It looks like Kentucky is the one that's doing something about it, though. I'm not saying it wrong. Something like that. Am I the only one that's a C student in here? Don't worry about it. We're going to figure it out. All right, y'all, let's move over to the next part of the show. I want to deep dive real quick, just real quick. Let's talk about these firings, y'all. Let's get into it. So people are starting to get fired. We all knew that this was coming. You don't have to be a rocket. Listen, even if you're not a conservative, even if you don't necessarily agree with me, and I'm rocking out with everybody that agree with me or don't agree with me, it doesn't really matter. I was navigating through different people's chats, looking at different content creators, sports, political, people that thought differently than me. And then I would say something in the chat and people were automatic, oh my God, I can't get it. Pitchfork. I didn't even say nothing crazy. I was just like, hey, love the show. We don't want you over here. I'm like, I didn't hear the content creators say that they didn't want me over here. Are you guys willing to have a conversation with people that may not necessarily agree with you? I'm just here because I'm enjoying a different perspective. Is it anything wrong with that? No, you better watch from the clouds. Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and back out of this chat because you guys are very, very aggressive. You're aggressive. And what you got going on over here? How do y'all expect to grow if y'all don't invite people into y'all spaces that don't necessarily agree with y'all? I don't understand that. Encourageable. It's called incorrigible. Thank y'all for correcting me. Anyways, let's find out what's happening in these streets.
A Mariposa County High School staff member is under investigation while a part-time faculty member at College of Sequoias is on administrative leave. Parents and students up and down the valley are blasting comments that seem to celebrate the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. They say they're inappropriate no matter what your political beliefs are.
I don't know if this teacher should be fired, but I want us all to agree that no authority figure should be condoning political violence.
Multiple Mariposa County parents angrily addressed the school board during its monthly meeting Thursday.
A teacher who allegedly stated they were glad Charlie Kirk is dead and told MAGA kids to go home and cry.
Parents say there's no room for these comments in the classroom.
These comments send a harmful message that individuals who share Charlie Kirk's opinions or beliefs are somehow deserving of violence or death.
The Mariposa County Unified School District sent parents a statement this week and reads in part, "We are currently investigating a complaint involving alleged comments made by a Mariposa County high school staff member." Over in Tulare County, a College of Sequoia student took this video.
Yeah, I hope every one of this family dies, and their children, and their grandchildren, and their grandchildren, and their grandchildren to eternity.
The student, who wants to remain anonymous, says prior to pulling out her phone, the teacher told the biology class that he watched the assassination of Kirk on loop for an hour.
I just was very disgusted. I couldn't even stay in the class. I walked out and I was just brought to tears because as someone that watched the video and saw how terrible it was, it just made me so uncomfortable to see that someone could say something like that.
She says this isn't the first time he shared his political view in class. The College of Sequoia sent us a statement saying the part-time faculty member was placed on administrative leave and a full-time employee has taken over the course.
The school districts are going to have to take a look at the contract and see if the contract was violated in some way.
Fresno-based legal analyst David Mugridge says whether these educators can be fired depends on multiple factors. If their contracts don't outline what they can or can't say in an educational setting, he says the school could relieve a teacher for disrupting the classroom. But he says there's little defense for encouraging violence.
For me as a teacher to go into a classroom and suggest that somebody deserved to die and his family should likewise die all the way down to his dogs in his 10th generation, that's inciting violence. And I don't think any contract would protect somebody from saying that.
Most people, because maybe y'all just work in states where y'all used to being unionized and all of this other stuff, right? Most people in most states throughout the United States of America are at-will employees. Y'all think that y'all gonna hire a lawyer. I see people in the comments of different people's videos that say that they got fired. Girl, hire a lawyer. Sound like a lawsuit to me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Trust me, before they fired you, they already pre-recorded and saved your video and is using it as evidence just in case you decide that that's what you want to do. They have already recorded you. They have documented it. They've covered every step before they decided to let you go. And in most places, you are an at-will employee, meaning they don't need a reason to let you go. Kind of reminds me of what people were saying in the chat about the job that I was saying. Oh, Anton, is this a 90-day probation? This ain't no unionized job. You eat what you kill. As long as you continue to do a great job, you're going to continue to get a paycheck. And the minute that you decide that you just want to crash out and you don't want to do work no more, okay, well, it tells me, without telling me that obviously got a different position. You got something that you got going on. Maybe you quiet quitting. Let me go ahead and let you go. Most places are at-will employees. They don't need your permission or to find out that you was doing something a certain type of way in order to let you go. They can let you go without warning. And I'm just amazed. I'm amazed that some of y'all are unaware that what you do outside of work affects what you have going on at work. And so if somebody can tie you back to what you got going on and you out here in these streets, you are going to be held accountable without a doubt. It's just the way
As we continue
is.
to learn more about the alleged assassin who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, we're also seeing a cascade of people being fired for their comments, appearing to celebrate Kirk's
Let's say hypothetically that you was in a state where you could try to file a lawsuit. Why would you even want to be in that position? Why would you want to be in a position to where you're putting I don't care how much money you make. People acting like just because it's a big job, it doesn't matter. No, everything is a big job to the person that's working it. I don't care if you're a janitor. I don't care what you do. I don't care what's going on. It's income, and I don't want to be fired from it. I don't care if I work at the corner store. I don't want to be fired ever. My goal is to leave on my own will and never to be fired. I don't want to be released. That is not cool. Under no circumstances, it don't feel good. Listen, you could have the worst, boldest job in the world, and if you get fired, the ladies got fired from Office Depot the other day because they didn't want to print a prayer vigil flyer for Charlie Kirk. Did a review video on that one. Super liberals. Fam, I don't care. As long as you're not printing something that got some kids on it, and when you know what I mean, some pedo stuff, as long as you ain't printing no pedo junk, and long as you're not doing something fraud related, which I wouldn't tell you, I would just call the authorities. I don't care. I am here to get paid to do a job. And I'm going to tell you that this is the last economy that you want to be out here sitting here doing something that you ain't supposed to do. You better gird up. As a matter of fact, let me give y'all a warning. As somebody that's sitting here watching this show right now, you got something on your computer that's not work related, get it off. Get it off. Some of y'all take y'all work computers home and you know, you're doing stuff, you're looking up Airbnbs, they tracking you, they can see it. Some of y'all like to go and watch Netflix just because they ain't said something to you or whatever you think is cool. Get it off. Get it off. You better go get you an iPad separately. Better go and get you look at it on your phone. Check it out. Some of y'all is getting a little lax. Let me remind you, I don't want you to get fired. That's one of my biggest things. I don't even agree with doxing people regardless of what your opinion is, but I can't stop other people from doing it. So what you need to do is protect yourself and be careful on what you're doing. Get it off your computer. I'm telling you, I'm warning you now. Don't come back up here and say, oh man, you told me I was a little lax. Get it off. Get it off. You are over there. Oh man, I ain't do nothing. All I did was go and check this for 1 second. 1 second cost you a whole job, big dog. Leave at your own will. Stop getting fired for stuff you're not supposed to do. Leave on your own will and stop getting fired for stuff that you're not supposed to do. Y'all got jobs and y'all be sitting on the internet talking on the phone. Don't worry, don't care, or whatever. Man, they calling hospitals. I've seen an anesthesiologist get fired. I seen an anesthesiologist get fired. Do I think that is right? No. At the same time, some of y'all got some jobs that's front facing, is a representation of the company that you work for. Some of y'all in positions like teachers, you represent the university and you saying some wild stuff. It ain't even about how I feel. You just made yourself a target. You made yourself a target.
Including Office Depot, which fired a worker for refusing to print a memorial poster. Also, the NFL's Carolina Panthers football team said they fired an employee for a social media post appearing to mock Kirk's death. And then Bengals player nonprofit, the Joe Burrow Foundation, also fired an advisory board member who they say made inappropriate remarks in light of recent events. News Nation's Jorge Ventura live with more. And Jorge, we know the list is growing of more workers being fired from their jobs. What's the latest on this?
Yeah, that's right, Natasha. Those firings are racking up, and many of those social media posts either mocking or celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk are actually being amplified by conservative influencers or activists with large accounts. Some of these accounts, like Libs of TikTok, have over 4 million followers and are encouraging their audience to contact the employers of those making the posts. And one of those companies—
It's a guy named Chris Pratt that's on, he a conservative, he a Republican. And he had like a big content creator apparently on TikTok or something. And this dude is leveraging his platform and his audience to try to find out where people work. Now, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it at all. I live by 3 core principles when it comes to general life. I'm not going to advocate for anybody to be able to go to jail without having due process. I'm not going to advocate for anybody to get killed against their will. I mean, you know, for stuff that they opinionated on and they wasn't in the midst of committing a crime. And I do not advocate for people not being able to feed their family regardless of how you feel about them. I'm not into that doxing shit. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't agree with it at all. But I'm going to tell you this on the flip side, they not playing fair. They're not playing fair no more, bro. Listen, y'all wanted to jump into the mire and y'all wanted to start talking tough and you don't care, you don't have any empathy and stuff like that. They not playing with you no more. Oh, you want to take the gloves off. How about we figure out where it is that you work and let your employer know what your thoughts are and let them make a determination of whether or not they agree with you. They not playing fair, bro. They're not playing fair at all. At all. They not playing fair at all. You punched them low, they punching you in the balls now. Now is not the time. Especially if the economy ain't all of that great for you. 22,000 jobs was added last month. Revised the jobs report from the Biden administration down 911,000 jobs. You don't want that. You don't want that. That's not what you want.
The online backlash from Kirk supporters is Delta Airlines, the company announcing the suspension and investigation into some of their employees, saying that their social media posts went well beyond healthy, respectful debate and that they were in stark contrast to the company's policies. We've also seen the NASDAQ firing a junior level employee on Friday as well. The NASDAQ also citing zero tolerance policy towards violence.
People in the chat.
And commentary that condones.
They said they're not playing fair no more. What you want me to tell them? What you want me to tell them? No, y'all keep playing fair. I can't control the people. Now, I may not necessarily be about that life, but I'm just telling you that the world has changed. Y'all made it ugly. Y'all assassinated somebody because he likes to debate on campus about his thoughts. And so y'all said that y'all didn't care and y'all mocked him, and so they mocking y'all in a different way. You can't tell people how to respond.
Or celebrates the murder of Charlie Kirk. And we are seeing this across the board in different jobs, in sectors. The Guilford Technical Community College in North Carolina recently announcing that they terminated a part-time instructor for similar reasons, citing that the social media posts did not share the college's.
Tammy Ramsey says, and see, this is taken out of context too, but let's take it on the surface. Let's address this because I keep seeing people say the same talking point and it's not relevant. She says, Charlie Kirk said he did not agree with empathy and he wanted people to have freedom of speech. Here's the thing. Nobody is asking liberals for empathy. I think that there's a big misunderstanding of what is being communicated here. I don't think that anybody cares about whether or not a liberal that didn't care for Charlie Kirk has empathy or not. But there's a basic set of rules that you have to abide by, especially if you want to be on social media. And if not, then you can't control the consequences that goes behind it. It's a difference between having empathy and mocking somebody in death. It's a difference between having empathy and people saying crazy stuff like, yeah, and he got, doing all of that stuff. And so when you offend people, they offend back nowadays, apparently.
Respectful and learning working environment. And now Clemson University also under fire. Now we have South Carolina Congressman Thomas Beach calling for cuts to the university's funding after professors posted celebratory remarks. The hashtag Clemson on X is also trending right now because of it. We're also now seeing a new statement from Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy today saying that American airline pilots were grounded and removed because they were caught celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Also saying that the behavior is, quote, disgusting and should be fired, and that their behavior glorifying political violence is completely unacceptable. And this spree of firings have even gone local to employees at law firms and restaurants. But we're seeing this massive campaign right now, especially on X and Tasha, of these huge accounts with millions of followers encouraging their audiences to contact the employers and making this push. Natasha. Yeah.
Listen. This is the moral of the story. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, and you don't even have to be a conservative or a Republican to hear what I'm trying to tell you right now. I'm going to try to save you from yourself, all right? I'm going to try to get you a bag and help you to keep your job so that you ain't got to go home. Do you want to be the dude that go home and say, hey, honey, yeah, it's a rough day at work. What's wrong, baby? And you start sniffling real hard. I gotta let go. Because I'm gonna tell you how the conversation gonna go. I gotta let go. Oh, I didn't know that your job was doing layoffs. I thought that was a booming industry. That's okay, baby. We're going to go ahead and get your resume together. We're going to get your LinkedIn popped up, and then we're going to go and apply for unemployment. So now you're going to waste her time, and you're going to make her think that you got unemployment when you don't get unemployment when you get fired. You don't get unemployment when you get fired. You get unemployment when you get laid off. You don't get unemployment when you get fired. Now you sitting there pretending like you don't know what's going on. I don't know why they not approving my unemployment insurance. I don't know what's going on. Imagine having to go home and tell your spouse that you got fired because you was mocking Charlie Kirk. If that's not the biggest, dumbest reason for you to ever get fired in the history of getting fired, I don't know what it is. Imagine going home and your kids is playing outside. Now you trying to figure out how you gonna get how much is your next paycheck because you only work half a week, and you got to explain to your spouse that you got fired, and you gonna try to flip it. You know, it's because of my political stance. Is that not the dumbest thing ever? Somebody asked me on this show, they said, Anton, what do you think about me saying this at work? I said, don't. And they were conservative. They were Republican. I said, don't. Don't do it. Why? Because you have to protect the bag. Self-preservation is key first. Keep your thoughts to yourself. They do not have to be a solicited opinion. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Everybody don't have to know what you're thinking when you're thinking it. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Save it for the living room so that your girlfriend, when she get mad at you and y'all break up, she can say, story time. Like, let her do a story time on you. Don't let the job do a story time on you. You already got enough problems just with a chick talking too much. Pillow talking. Dudes pillow talking. Chicks pillow talking. She done told everybody about what y'all got going on and what your situation is. Everybody looking at you funny at Thanksgiving, criticizing you. She only told half the story. She didn't tell what she did. She only told what you did. Let me give myself a hit for that one. She didn't tell what she did. She only told what you did. But she got the ear of the people. Oh, why y'all break up, girl? He wasn't what he said he was. Money wasn't right. Couldn't hold down a job. Already wasn't that good in bed. But when he lost some money, I said, ugh, it's plenty of guys that want me. You know how it is. Story time. My ex was, now you a narcissist. You wasn't a narcissist. You was masculine before. Listen, the difference between being a narcissist and stepping into your masculinity is whether or not you're able to pay a bill. You don't hear me. You're not hearing me now. She liked it rough when you were an earner. Now, it's a thin line between, aggression and reporting you to the police. She used to say, choke me. Now she said, he put his hands on me. Story time. He put his hands on me. That's because you got fired over Charlie Kirk. It's a fine line between being persistent and being a pest and being a harassment. When you an earner, you could be persistent. Excuse me? No, come here, baby girl. What? That's all right. Listen, I'll see you around. Girl, I should have said it. She doing TikToks of you. Find this man. I should have shot my shot. Who is this guy? It's a fine line between that and saying, watch out for this guy. I'm posting him on the internet because he likes to harass women. Because you're not an earner no more. You're not an earner. And so when you're not an earner, you can't do the same things because you switched over from being aggressive to now you a narcissist. My narcissistic husband. My man is such a narc. He's a narcissist. Women don't turn feminist until, the money is turning funny. When the money is right, septum ring, gone. Nose ring, out the door. Baby hairs, the ones that you buy at the store, not even a thing. They get curlers. They get the Dyson. You can afford the Dyson, right? The Dyson air hair thing. You could tell her what to do. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you make me something? Oh my God, I can't believe it. You should have. I'm so mad at myself. What you mad at, baby? Because I should have never even got to the point where you even asked me. I should have had your food ready. When she got to buy the food and cook it, it's a different conversation now. Why? Because you wanted to talk about Charlie Kirk. This is your life. I'm giving you your snapshot as your life. If she got to buy the food and cook it, then she going to feel some type of way. She got a lot to do when she not liking you. When the money is funny, it's a lot to do. Next thing you know, she doing those. Minute that you break up with her, what she gonna do? Before and after, this is how he treated me. I lost myself in him. She gonna put her big back pictures up because she gonna say she lost herself. But I'm back on my journey. I'm in the gym. I always do that stupid fucking pose. Got that. Put in the camera. Why she posing? They do that pose where they stand on their tippy. That one toe is on the tippy toe. Back on your journey. But I found peace. Don't worry about it, big dog. Just wait. Next dude is going to be the same dude that you were. So he the same dude. He got the same narcissistic tendencies that she don't like. He got the same issues. He ain't no better. But guess what? He an earner. He an earner. Girl, I don't remember the last time that a man didn't ask me for money. What you mean? You don't remember what? And then, he gonna dirty Mac. He gonna dirty. Listen, before we get into the next part of the show, so I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna cook today because it's Monday. He gonna dirty Mac. Because he gonna ask her. He gonna ask her that slow, that sly conversation. What was your last relationship like? What was it like? It was so much. Oh, yeah? What was you responsible for? I gave him, I had to put in. It seemed like he was always going through tough times. He could never hold down a job. He always was on politics. Now he like one of them Hebrew Israelites now. So he gonna dirty Mac. What? Did you had to pay? And he was living with you? Wait. Hold on. You telling me that he ain't had no job and y'all was still in the same household together? How was you even able to get wet? The new dude always gonna play the old dude because he gonna downplay whatever the old dude was. You know what? I'm glad I met you when I met you. Cause see, you probably needed to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's different over here. It's different. You want some DoorDash? No. I'm gonna order it on my app. You ain't gotta just tell me what you want. Fellas, trust and believe whoever comes into her life next, she throwing you under the bus and he dirty macking. Whoever comes into her life next, he's throwing you under the bus and he's dirty macking. I'm not kidding. I'm telling you the honest to God truth. He's dirty macking. Oh yeah, how much was you paying in rent? Did he take care of it sometime? I was going, what, 50-50? And she gonna try to play it cool, like she didn't just throw him under the bus. I mean, I'd always wanted to contribute. That's what I do. I try to contribute into all relationships. You know what? Just save your money. You know what I'm saying? You need to get your budget together and save your money. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. What? I don't live like that over here. Then he gonna get on the internet with his new profile. I don't understand these men going 50-50 with these women. If you're not 100% about her, now she's birthed the new Derrick Jackson, and it's her fault. And listen to what I'm telling you. You're not getting the message. You are birthing a new panda bear on the internet because you decided that you wanted to say something negative and express your political opinion about Charlie Kirk getting murdered. Now, I, Anton from AntonDaniels.com, have to take down a new panda bear. Oh, when I see them, they react to my videos. What's wrong with these guys? They always talking about why you shouldn't go and date a single mother. From where I'm from, he over there beating the shit out of his, I'm sorry, shout out to the daycare. He over there cracking his chick across the head, but he on the internet. What's wrong with these guys? It's crazy, They always talking about what they not gonna do. What? What is they money short or something? You can have it all. Now I gotta go take down another simp because you decided to get fired like a fool and couldn't hold on to your relationship. This is the beginning of a villain era that you've created. Now I gotta be Batman and take him down. Anton, and you sending it to me in the video. No. I'm keeping it 100. I know it sounds like a story, but it's real. You sending it to me in an email. Look at this, Anton. Here's another one. You might want to get him. I'll look at my email. Who was that? Oh, this is a new simp. What's his username? Panda Bearer on Instagram. Look, he tagged you in the video. Of course he did. He want me to react to him? Yeah, okay. All right. I got to figure out how to deal with a new simp. What the lady saying. They saying that all men should be like him. Okay. All right. I got you. I hear it. Making my job harder because you want to talk politically. Anyways, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Now, what part of that did I say that was untrue, goddess? You know what I'm saying? What part of that did I say that wasn't true? She gonna become a new femininity coach, and she got a new platform on teaching women how to get a high value man. Girl, story time, makeup, doing her makeup inside of the thing. This is your girl. All because you got fired. Girl, I used to be dusty. I'm not no more. Story time. Because I was doing some makeup. Oh, that's my ex. Never mind him. Because these men, girl, it's plenty of them. They'll pay for your bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They'll pay for your bills. They will pay your son's tuition. Don't you deal with no dusties. They'll get it all. Or you got that other one. Girl, because these black men, and they're so dusty. And all black men are dusty.
And all black men are dusty. I don't care who they are. They always like to follow the white man, and then they always love to put a baby in you. Like, are y'all following that other one, huh? And I can't believe it. And they always like to make sure that they put a baby in you because all they are is to be a bandit. They are a bandit. And the bandits are going to continue to do what bandits do. So they women jump from her to him to her to him. Meanwhile, she getting pregnant by the bandit that she was talking about. Anyways, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. What part is untrue? What part is untrue? You're welcome. You're welcome for breaking it down and helping you to understand the cycle of poverty that we experience inside of our community. Will, shout out to my dog Will on Cash App, says, for supporting, I'm going to apply for that opportunity. All right. I see you. I see you, big dog. I see you. Y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right. Shout out to Lex, please. Says, good afternoon, AD. God bless you. God bless you too, Lex. Antoine Wade says, they are recording everything that is going on in the workplace. I did a show last week on banks in Brazil doing it. They are cracking down. They looking to get rid of you, and you giving them a reason. Christopher Evans says, nah, legit. This is why I deleted all of my social media. It's a setup and a distraction for you, distraction to the work you're supposed to be doing. Smart man. Silverback, shout out to Silverback, says companies and businesses are using that morality clause as they should. Eric Wealth Harris is in the building, says, AD, I had to unsubscribe some content creators because they're too deranged. I actually like their past content, but I can't rock with a hater. Can't rock with haters, bro. King Cato says, he said sympathy is the word he prefers. That video was clipped to make him look bad. I know what it is, but see, I went back and I did my own research. So I know that everybody is lying. Lennox Tech says, people seem to forget that freedom of speech does come with inherited responsibility. It does. It's not freedom from consequences. Christopher Evans says, I remember working in the ER and I overheard a charge nurse complaining about TikTok being banned. What am I going to be able to do while I'm at work? Yeah, I heard that TikTok is on the chopping block again. Payne says, Anton, I make $65,000 a year as a pharma tech. I see a lot of promo for GovTech. I understand it's cybersecurity intensive. What would you recommend to pursue in the IT field while working and time cost effective? AI, machine learning, anything AI related is exactly what I would be deep diving into. Anything AI related is what, or cloud, anything cloud infrastructure, AI related. That's what I would be going into, or cybersecurity. Amethyst Angel says, my jobs make you sign off on your social media release. Mine's did too. When I was working, they have the right to monitor coworker media engagement, especially if the company is a part of the SEO hashtag post. Think LinkedIn. Equal Opportunity Smokers in the building says, I can't pay bills because I'm a feminine liberal. Duran Lee says, when the money ain't right, it's a thin line between 50 Shades and Criminal Minds. Facts. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. 392Q says, when vetting a woman, should we ask now if she felt that if Charlie Kirk's death was reasonable or not, to see if she was a demon or not? 392Q, I'm going to be honest with you. Women that like you, and I keep telling y'all, there are no rules for women that like you. They break the rules for the men that they like. Usually women adopt the same principles and philosophies, which most of the time is masculine and conservative. Women adjust to the men that they are with. If she likes you. Women adjust to the men that they are with. They will figure out why he's so great, and they will adopt his same principles and philosophies. You don't have to say anything. The only thing you got to do is keep being awesome and leveling up. Women adjust to the men that they are with. They will find a reason to trip out and trip out of themselves, out of this liberal mindset. Oh, girl, he got me in my femininity. I ain't on that no more. They will figure out how to move around you if you are him. You ain't got to vet. You ain't got to do none of that. All you got to do is keep on moving around like you own the place. Do the pose again. Shout out to Purple Haze. More to the end says, no cap. As a man, you have to earn your right to not be viewed as a narcissist and a demon. It's the rules of the game. It's the rules of the game. Cypho says, your new name should be Simp Slayer, untouchable. Ryan Powell, photo.com says, liberals have a problem with getting fired over freedom of speech, but think it's okay to get assassinated over. Amethyst, shout out to Amethyst, says, also don't use your devices on a company network. They monitor the traffic. That's a fact. That is a fact. I used to bring my personal computer with a, whatever it is, the separate internet, the MiFi. I used to bring my own MiFi, have my own MiFi, my own computer. When I was working on my breaks, I would work on my own stuff. Would not connect to the internet, would not use their computers, would not use anything. I was my own agent out here in these streets, all right? So now that we got that out the way and you guys understand what is going to be on the other side of the back burner when it comes to these feminist people, where should we go next? We got a couple things that we want to tackle. How about this? Let's go here. I was going to save this for last, but it very much aligns with what I've been talking about. And so I'm going to go here. All right. There's a lot of people, since we own Charlie Kirk, there are actually a lot of people. Look at how clean my space is. It's so nice and clean. There are a lot of people that are actually switching the script. Charlie Kirk's death had the opposite effect of what I believe that the killer wanted it to have. It also had the opposite effect of what I believe people that are angry, all of a sudden not Charlie Kirk, of what they wanted it to have. They thought that they won, but they play. Listen, the one thing I know about liberals and most Democrats is that they play checkers. Those are checkers players. Those are people that don't have a long attention span. They can only watch shorts. They're not into long form content. They don't stick around and interact with the chat. These are people that are looking for quick talking points. They have a low attention span. A lot of times they blame it on ADHD. They always in therapy. And they never, ever can think long term as far as what the consequences are of what they're talking about. And this is one of the reasons why they get fired. This is one of the reasons why they get fired, because they make a quick decision. They're emotional. Have you ever seen a liberal man? He's emotional. He's always got his feelings on his sleeve. We all got feelings, but we don't react and mess up the money based off of our emotions. And it's having the opposite effect. The effect that it's having is that it actually pushed. Bro, I seen post after post after post after post. I must have seen 45 different posts. And maybe it was just a part of what was happening in the algorithm of so many people saying that they were going back to church. And tomorrow we're going to go after all of these people that said that they actually switched their party from being liberal and Democrat to actually being conservative and Republican. And it doesn't even limit. Like, I seen chicks with bull nose rings. I seen sassy people. I seen young people, older people. They said, listen, I was always on the verge. This one pushed me over. I think that it had an unintended consequence of what happened. People are walking away in mass. They said, we not rocking with this. I can't support no nonsense like this. And also people are deciding that they want to go back to church.
Okay, I don't know if this is just my timeline or if you guys can attest to this, but I've been scrolling down my For You page and I've been seeing people talk about one switching from the Democrat Party to being, a Republican or a conservative. I'm like, wow. But most importantly, I've been seeing a lot of people say, you know what? I need to get right with God. I need to start going back to church. Hey, I'm an atheist or I'm an agnostic, but I'm actually going to church for the first time on Sunday. What? That?
I seen What's Bobblehead's name? Y'all know who Bobblehead is. The Bobblehead. What's Bobblehead? Bobblehead. Al Sharpton. I seen Ozempic Head in church. You know what Ozempic said? Ozempic Head said? He actually said something I agree with. He said, no man should be, no saint, no man, no person that actually say that they of God should ever be cheering on the killing of another person based off of their opinion. He said, if you disagree with them, you should be able to debate them and or win them over. I said, that might have been the first thing that I've ever heard Bobblehead ever say that I agree with. First thing that I probably ever heard that I seen Bobblehead agree with. Even he said, man, y'all crazy out here in these streets. The Democrat Party has been cannibalized. We don't even have a two-party system now. We got a 3/4 of a party and a 1.25 party.
That's amazing. I pray that we continue to keep this up in the weeks, months, and even years to come, because our country needs it. Our world needs it. Jesus is coming back soon. Very, very soon.
We went to church today. It was the first time in 20 years for me and Devin. It was the first time for our children. After the events of the last week, Devin and I had a lot of talking that was happening between us about the type of life that we want for ourselves and how we want our boys to be. We talk about Charlie Kirk. We talk about a man of God who was not afraid to stand in his convictions in anything. And we are raising 3 boys that will one day be men. And we want those boys to be as strong in their convictions as Charlie Kirk was.
Let me ask y'all a question. And this is a serious question. If you call yourself liberal, right? Or you call yourself Republican, or if you call yourself conservative, or you call yourself Democrat, I want to ask y'all a question, and this is a very serious question. Think about what I'm saying before you say it. If you had to raise a son, ladies, anybody that is a single mother, a married mother, a person that's in a relationship, you pregnant or whatever, you single, whatever it is, right? Think about what I'm saying right now, because I know a lot of people are just gung-ho about something that they don't understand. And so while you going through a phase in your life, because a lot of people go through phases in their life, women go through a hoe phase. Sometimes you go through a liberal phase. Sometimes you want to go protest. Sometimes you want to go and experiment and explore the world and all of this other stuff, right? And so while you go through these phases, one day you're going to snap out of it. And one day you may have kids, or maybe you already have kids. And so when you think about those children, do you want them to be raised as extreme liberals or an extreme conservative? If you are an extreme liberal, would you want your daughter or your son to be like you? Think about it. I see women all the time that say, oh man, I'm a feminist and I'm this and I'm this and that. But I don't really want to talk to no man that's like that. Where are the strong men at? Because you can't have a liberal masculine man. It's an oxymoron. It is an oxymoron. Maybe I shouldn't have said extreme. Extremely is what I wanted to say. Like extremely masculine, extremely about God, is steadfast, is fervent, all of that stuff. Do you want a person that is steadfast in their beliefs and their love of God and their masculinity, is uncompromising when it comes to their morals and their convictions? Or do you want somebody that's laissez-faire and goes with whatever popular culture is saying and whatever sassy behavior they validated and they make it okay? Thank you for correcting me, chat. I'm not above correction. I would never want my child to ever adopt the same principles and philosophies of these people that I see on the left. I'm just being honest. Every single guy that I see that espouse feminist talking points, something is wrong with that guy. Seriously. If I see a guy and he says stuff like, man, I don't care what bathroom they use. What? Are you good? You good, fam? Because I started to think like, can't even take a shower in Lifetime after I get done working out no more. Because I'm feeling, hey, man, why you keep talking to him? Not to me. Why you keep talking to him with your head down? Look up in his eyes. Seriously, dog? Like, I don't trust nobody no more.
And we realized we had been doing a great disservice by not taking them to church and introducing them to faith up until this point. It is because of Charlie Kirk that we went to church today. We got online and we found one that we thought would be a good first try. You know, some of them are hit or miss, so we didn't know if we would like this one or not. We went in and everybody was so warm and welcoming, which was great. Before the service, they led a prayer for Charlie Kirk and for our nation.
Thank you, DJ Kane. I'm going to read that super chat shortly.
That one got me. The message today in the service was centered around forgiveness. And I know that a lot of us are trying to find our way there. And so it was a very powerful message to hear today. And here's to new beginnings. I hope that those of you who went to church for the first time today, I hope that those of you who are buying Bibles for the first time, I hope that those of you who, like us, are returning to church.
I heard that Bible sales is kind of popping too on Amazon. Data that they can measure. I heard that Bible sales kind of jumped out the window.
I hope this journey doesn't stop for you. And we are making it a mission for us and our family to continue living a life that was worthy of Charlie Kirk's presence.
I went to church today for the first time, willingly, of my own volition, for the first time in probably a decade. In one whole decade. I've maybe gone on some holidays, I've gone to friends' baptisms, but I haven't willingly chosen to go to church in a really long time. And this past week,
she got some really nice hair. Ladies, grow your hair out.
I don't know how. I'm gonna cry. I don't know how to describe it. I just feel called. Like, even me saying this, I'm like cringing because I'm like, I have such a like idea of what I think this is supposed to, or what it looks like to me from the outside. But now that I'm experiencing it, it's it's crazy. Now, all that to say, I went to church today. I found meaning in it and in what was said. And don't get me wrong, there were still parts of it that I was like, oh, brother, you know, like, you know, I'm still like, you know, can I really buy into this?
So the point of the whole conversation is that people are turning back to God. This situation had an unintended consequence of what they thought they had a victory over. But the goal is ultimately to help people become better versions of themselves and to win souls. That's it. That's it. Some people try to figure out what the meaning of life is. For me, I believe that life is much more simple, right? I believe that life is much, much, much more simple than what we try to make it out to be. I believe that the meaning of life, and we going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up in the women and the money and the chasing and all of this other type of stuff, women that you shouldn't be with and guys and trying to find love. I believe that the meaning of life is to leave this earth in a better space had you not been here, to have fun, good fun, but not anything that'll put you in a negative space, to have fun while you're here and enjoy life. Go to the game, have a good time, make sure you make the smart financial decisions, leave an inheritance for your children, do the right thing, never end up in prison, so on and so forth. You're going to have some ups and downs, right? First thing, leave the earth in a better space had you not been here. Number 2, enjoy life, but live it responsibly. And number 3 is to make it to heaven and to win souls. That's the meaning of life to me. That's the basics of what life is. And the more souls that you ultimately win over for God, because the devil been having his way in a lot of these people. But guess what? At the end of the day, there's a lot of people that are turning back to God. And it's going to be people. I already know it. I haven't even looked in the chat yet. There are going to be people that have their strong opinions about what you should do and if you should go and you shouldn't go. Listen, this is what I know about God, and this is the way that I see it. How you live your life is going to be the thing that gives people the inspiration so that when God reveals himself, they know exactly what it is that they need to be looking for. You may not find the right church immediately. You may have to go here and there until you find something that actually resonates with you, but he's going to give you what you need after his own heart. After his own heart. But the fact that people are even curious about God and Jesus and trying to figure out what's going on and decided to pick up their Bible that they've been sitting on for the past 15, 20 years is a blessing. It's a blessing. And again, it's going to be some non-believers that try to convince other people otherwise. Step back for a second. Take several seats, sir. Take several seats for a minute. For all of the demonic people and the non-believers, just take a seat for 1 second, because we not trying to convince you of nothing. Ain't nobody trying to convince you. Do whatever it is that you want to do, but why are you trying to convince other people to turn away from God? If you so happy and you so content, and that's kind of the reasons why it never made sense to me why people were saying some of the negative stuff that they were saying about Charlie Kirk, because I don't watch something that I'm not interested in. I don't study people that I see no value with. I don't read a demonic book because I have no interest in it. I'm going to spend 99% of my time on the thing that I think is going to add value into my life. And so why would people, which again makes me so confused, why people subscribe to me and then they say crazy stuff? It's like, so you can't find nobody that's demonic that you actually want to watch? You want to come over here and you want to try to troll? Like, I don't troll. I only watch things that are interesting to me. Why are you not watching P-Valley? Why are you not watching P-Valley? That's more up your alley. They act like you. They look like you. They walk like you. They talk like you. They go into the same place that you go into. Why are you not watching P-Valley? Why are you over here with the Saints? Why are you over here with the bag chasers? Why are you over here with people that like good, clean fun? Why are you over here with people that may be Democrat, that may be Republican, but we like to debate it on both sides because we find value in people that not only agree with us, but people that may have a different opinion than us? Why are you over here hanging out with people that you don't care for? You know why? Because you're curious and your heart is pricked and you're actually interested in being a better person. But when you cut this YouTube off, or when you cut your TV off, you got to go back to where you from, and they have a greater influence on you because you're spending the majority of your time around people that's not valuable for you and has never added value into your life. When you're trying to figure out how you need to move, and you trying to figure out, because a lot of people get conflicted and they say, oh, I don't want to leave my family, or, oh, but that's my friend. Tell me how stagnant you have been over the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And you are not making any progress. You ain't made no progress in your finances. You have not made any progress in your relationships. You have not made any progress in your knowledge base, your spirituality. You are, if you not worse, at best, you're the same as you have been. You've been working the same job. You haven't made any kind of progress in your debt load. You haven't been beneficial to anybody. You worse off than you were, but you still in the same space with the same people that's not adding any value into your life. How is that? I have to evaluate my circle now. I have to evaluate the things that I'm doing. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me we just been sitting here all this time? That's all we do is play. Man, you've been playing spades for the last 5 years in the same spot and ain't nobody did nothing? You still playing talk? Uno reverse. Uno 2 to 3 times. Reverse Uno slapstick. Same thing, huh? No progress. Y'all niggas still shooting dice on the street. You still selling drugs in the same space. Don't you know that you just standing still and the world is passing you by? You might as well be in jail. You might as well be in jail. You might as well be in prison. I see Carrie in the chat. When I see Carrie, a lot of times I talk to her, I said, I got big plans for you. Carrie hit me back. She said, yo, you got plans? You really gonna take me with you like that? You really rocking with us like that? You been holding us down like this? I said, I got big plans for you. Get around people that actually can improve your life, or got plans for you, or want better for you, or is trending upwards and willing to take you along with them, and is trying to promote you and push you, and is willing to have uncomfortable conversations, and is trying to teach you something. Get around somebody that adds value into your life. Y'all got to stop hanging around the same old people that you are better than, and you know you should be excelling past, but you are afraid to do so because you got imposter syndrome. You want somebody to be comfortable with you because you are uncomfortable with yourself. You're not sure if you deserve a new opportunity. You so scared of trying to go to school because you don't want to fail. It ain't even about everything that I see people. Listen, I'm going to give y'all a free coaching call right now. You ready? I'm going to help you out, and we're going to move over to the next part of the show. Most people that call me for a coaching call, when we deep dive into it, the reason that they don't do or take the next step is because they are afraid of failing, not because they don't believe in what it is that they should be doing. They know what they should be doing. You're calling me for confirmation and information. You're not reaching out to me because you don't know what the right thing is to do. You're reaching out to me so that I can hold your hand through it. And this is why I make the big bucks and why you are still in the same place that you in. You are not getting married, not because you don't think that marriage is going to be best for your children that you want. You don't want to get married because you're afraid of divorce. You are not applying for the job and going to school because you're afraid of failing and looking stupid around the people that you would tell that, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to apply for that position because I don't want to get laughed at and I feel like I'm an imposter and I don't belong in the same room as these people. I can't express my thoughts or ask a question because I'm afraid that you're going to think that I'm stupid, but you still need the information. You're not looking for information. You're looking for confirmation. This is why most people prefer to operate in an echo chamber, but it's not those people that are going to be successful. They're going to hit a ceiling every time. Every time. I'm going to give you a free coaching call right now. You're going to hit a ceiling. You can't grow unless you're uncomfortable. That's why I don't censor people in my chat. In order for you to grow, you're going to have growing pains. You weren't able to get a degree unless you stayed up and made a sacrifice and studied when everybody else was doing the things that they wasn't supposed to do. You can't get married unless you give up all the rest of the hoes, which you are afraid to do, because then you would have to be interdependent on this one person to meet the expectations that you started to spread yourself thin for, while at the same time taking a risk. But you gonna still have that kid though. And you hoping to play both sides of the field and that it was gonna work out. It don't work out like that. In order for you to be successful, you're gonna have to be all in. And ain't no halfway. You can't beat me in content creation because I'm all in. Before I left my job, I gave up my job and I was already in this. I remember the show that I did a declaration. I said, listen, I'm here now. I'm all in. You halfway in and halfway out your relationship. You halfway in and halfway out your job. That's why you can't get a promotion. You halfway in your kid's life and halfway out your kid's life. And that's why they so confused on whether or not they want to be a man or a woman. You halfway in church and you halfway in the devil's lair. You can't win on playing both sides. You got to be one way and one way only. Most people that get rich, they get rich on one thing and then they start to branch out in order to diversify and protect themselves. But they master something. A basketball player masters his jump shot and then he gets the endorsement deals. Whatever. You can pick and choose whatever. Microsoft, Bill Gates, he made a great product and then he started to affect other things that's happening in the world. Elon Musk, he mastered and became great at PayPal. He took every dime that he had and almost went broke going into Tesla. That's why he's the billionaire. You cannot do anything halfway. You're going to have to be all the way in or all the way out and cut out all of that foolishness that you got over there. And if you don't commit to whatever it is that you're doing respectfully, you are never going to get the results and you're going to be sitting here waiting and complaining about why you didn't get chose or why you wasn't successful or why God ain't really working with you, because he can't work with people that's playing with the devil. You got a special, some of y'all been prophesied over. Some of y'all was raised in church. They told you, hey, you supposed to be this. Hey, you supposed to be this. This is what your life is supposed to be. You trying to figure out why you're not it? Because you never embraced what you were supposed to embrace in order to get there. You was never able to manifest your gifts. Even in the comics, it's giving you hints. It's telling you in order for you to get to this level of a mutant, this level of a mutant, in order for you to get to a level 5 mutant, this is what it takes in order for you to master your abilities. Professor X took them inside of the university and he worked on them and he showed them and he worked on their character and he focused on this and he focused on that. In order for you to be the greatest of what you are, you can't do it halfway. What you think that's why you got the grades and you flunked out and you picked a worse curriculum. Most of y'all picked the curriculums in college that you picked because you wasn't willing to put the time in to actually become an engineer. You wasn't willing to put the time in to become a doctor. You wasn't willing to put the time in order to become an anesthesiologist. You don't even believe that you can do it. When we say, hey, listen, you want to be an anesthesiologist, they make the most inside of the hospital. Oh, that's a lot of schooling. What else you got to do? What else you got to do? You don't even do nothing. What else do you have to do? Tell me. So you pick marketing or African American studies or something that you can just coast through, and you're not going to get the results because you are halfway. Always you've been halfway your entire life. You wasn't going to change when you got out of high school and went to college. You're the same person. You ain't going to change from college and then becoming a person that's working in corporate America. You're the same person. You're not going to ever do nothing that you're supposed to do because your spirit is that of a halfway person. I don't miss ever, 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 ever. I stream, I cook, I work, I take care of business, I make my investments, and I don't miss ever. The only thing that change around me is the people. Because either you got to get on board or you got to get off the train. If you ever see a situation where somebody used to hang around me, but they not no more, it's not a me problem, it's a them problem, because I'm moving forward, but I'm moving too fast for them. And so sometimes they trying to catch up, but the train is already gone. The train is already gone. I can't slow down for anybody because I'm all in. When I'm all in, anybody around me will tell you. When I say that I'm gonna do something, I'm gone. That weekend, all right, we doing it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. What we doing? What we talking about? What y'all doing? What y'all want to continue to plan? I'm not writing them. Man, I ain't wrote a business plan in my life. I just work. We got to get a business plan and all of that. Man, I mean, what? Nigga, the plan is coming together while we working. What you talking about? Gonna figure this out while we get it. I know it's gonna be dumb. I know we gonna mess up. I know we gonna make mistakes. I'm not even banking on whether or not we gonna get it right the first time. I'm focused on the 5th time that we go around this pass. But in order to get there, I gotta make them first 4 passes. Let's get these 4 out of the way. I'm gonna figure it out as I go. I'm gonna build the plane as I ride it. I ain't focused on nothing else. I don't care about nothing else. I'm not seeing nothing else. I don't see nobody else. I got tunnel vision when it comes to taking care of business. I got tunnel vision when it comes to God. I got tunnel vision when it comes to success. I got tunnel vision when it comes to real estate. Tunnel vision when it comes to whatever it is that I got going on. I mean, I don't care. I don't see nothing. Everything else comes second. Everything else comes second. Can't knock me off my square. The only way you can touch me if I slow down. The only way you can touch me is if I slow down. But you got to pick something and you got to go all the way with it. You can't half-ass it. You can't halfway it. You got to go all in with it. You got to be all in. Either you all in or you all out. But you'll never be successful halfway. That's the way you get successful. That's the rules of the game. That's the rules of the game. And if you don't like the rules, then don't play the game. But that's the rules of the game. Jason Green says, I monitor everything. Shout out to Jason Green. DJ Kane says, every man who is single and thirsty over women needs to visit Colombia for a week. You will gain more respect for yourself and get it out of your system. I can't endorse that. You on your own over that one. KB says, AD, I think YouTube hating your live not at the top of my recommendations no more. Not on TV, not on the TV or the phone. I had to search for the channel. That's all right. That's cool. We're not worried about that. We just going to keep working. We going to keep working. Maybe the live ain't, but I bet you one of my other channels is. See, that's the way that I am. People used to tell me that junk all the time, like, hey, man, your live is not popping up. But yeah, did you get a clip from the other channel? Did you get a clip from over there? Did you see the live from the After Hours channel pop up? Did that one pop up for you? One of them going to pop up. One of these clips is going to catch you. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't happening over here, it's going to happen over there. If it ain't happening over there, it's going to happen over there. If it ain't happening over there, it's going to happen over here. One of them got to catch you. As soon as you click a video, it's going to be in your algorithm. It's going to be in your algorithm. You can't not see it. I'm tired of AD. Don't worry about it. I'm going to keep on popping up. Shout out to Eternal. I appreciate you. DJ Kane in the building. Appreciate you, DJ Kane. Great channel, Anton. Been following you for a while. I love the business-related content. Shout out to my dog, DJ Kane. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, big dog. Nichelle says, seriously, we all want to leave our kids wealth But nothing will help them sustain this world like understanding their purpose in the kingdom of God. Everything else will rot and fade. Agreed. I got so much that I want to say right now, but I gotta slow down because Mr. Omar says, so then because thou art lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I spew thee out of my mouth. Charlie was on fire for God and people couldn't handle the heat. As believers, let that inspire us. Miss Salat, my dog, says, catching up on the stream. Those references were spot on. Shout out to the Panda Bandits. We here. She's a bandit. All right. AD, skip your super chat. Eric Wealth Harris, I didn't skip your super chat. Let me look at Eric Wealth Harris. I read this one. AD, I had to unsubscribe from some content creators because they're too deranged. I actually like their past content, but I can't rock with a hater. And then you said, oh, is this one the one I missed? I think the Democrats lost the 2026 midterms. Maybe they should have some empathies. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, Eric Wealth Harris. I didn't do it on purpose. You know me, bro. You know me. You know me. Oat Milk tomorrow. I got you tomorrow, Oat Milk. Where we want to go? I got time for 2 more slots. I got time for 2 more slots today. I think I know what I want to do. Let's go over to Memphis. All right. First, I need to bring y'all up to speed on what's happening over in Memphis. So, the Trump administration has said that they are going to go to a couple different places. The first place that they're going to go to next outside of D.C., all right, outside of Washington, D.C., the first place that Trump said that they are going to go is to Memphis. I hear, all right, people have been telling me, I didn't get any official word or anything like that. I hear that the next place after Memphis is New Orleans. Woo! I bring it back from the bottom of the map. Whoa, day. I bring it back from the bottom of the map. Whoa, day. I bring it back from the bottom of the map. Whoa, day. So I hear that the next place after Memphis will be New Orleans. They're looking at St. Louis, New Orleans, so on and so forth, okay? But let me bring you up to speed. I want you to see the announcement that Trump made. I talked about this on Saturday. I did a live stream on Saturday. This is what Trump had to say about Memphis.
We're going to Memphis. That's the next city. Deeply troubled. And the mayor is happy. He's a Democrat mayor. The mayor is happy. And the governor, Tennessee, the governor is happy. Deeply troubled. We're going to fix that just like we did Washington.
So, True Trucker says, why he canceled Chicago, did the YN scare him? I don't think that's what it is. You know what I think happened, True Trucker? I think that they were unappreciative. But it makes sense. And I had actually been saying for a long time that I didn't think that Trump should have went to Chicago either. Just let them continue to eat themselves. Let them be the first casualty and let Oakland be a casualty also, so you can use them as examples of why you need their help. I believe what is happening is that Trump pivoted and said, we're going to send ICE over to Chicago, but we're not going to stop the crime. What we're going to focus on is the governors and the mayors that actually want our help. I believe that that is exactly what it is that he's doing.
National Guard and anybody else we need. And by the way, we'll bring in the military too if we need it. But National Guard.
So that was Trump saying specifically that he was going to be in Memphis next. Now, the black mayor of Memphis is trying to walk between a rock and a hard place. And one of the things that he's been getting lately is he's been getting pressed, specifically by MSNBC. Some people seen the clip that I posted on the Anton Daniels channel. This is him. I'm going to play this live for y'all because I want to react to this live. This was the people over at MSNBC trying to press him over Trump coming in with the National Guard and over him not necessarily objecting about it.
Mayor of Memphis, Paul Young. Mayor Young, if we can just start with some clarity.
I'm going to just be 100% honest with y'all. Can I be honest real quick? I'm not going to do it. Let's go ahead and continue on with the show.
I've talked to a lot of mayors across the country. I've talked to Muriel Bowser of Washington, D.C. We've spoken with Mayor Johnson. I'm wondering, all the mayors say the same thing. They say,
oh my God, you read my dog. No, not that. Oh, I thought you had said something else. I was about to say, you read my mind, dog. Man, that is Magic Johnson's son. That is EJ, bro. That's EJ all day long. That's EJ, bro. That's EJ all day long. Every time I see this raging liberal, the only thing I can think of is EJ. I don't know why. I don't even think about Magic Johnson or Magic Johnson's son. Last time I talked about Magic Johnson, like in an interview, it was with the Flint city councilman that I did the last interview with, because he actually went to school with Magic Johnson. Every time I see this raging liberal, for whatever reason, I just think EJ Johnson. That's Magic Johnson's son. Y'all got to stop. All right. I know y'all got this look that y'all going for, but y'all look just like the Blow Boys. Let's continue.
hey, look, we want the federal resources from the federal government, and that the federal government
Monique, what am I... Boy, I'm telling you, am I off or am I off?
Cut the budgets. Do you want the National Guard in your city?
No, we definitely want a partnership with the federal government on providing the resources that we need. We have seen significant reduction in crime over the last 2 years, and we want to keep that trend going. And
somebody get in touch with the Memphis mayor. I want to interview the Memphis mayor myself. I don't want to sit here and keep looking at these people. I got clout now. I want to interview the Memphis mayor myself.
We feel like those resources that can be invested in things like the prevention and intervention, and the groups that we have out on the streets that are working with these individuals and changing the course of their lives. That's one way. And also investing with our law enforcement partners. That's the way to really change the course of crime in our communities. But we understand that a decision has been made that the federal government and the governor want to send the National Guard. And our goal is to make sure that we have an opportunity to work with them and align what their activities look like when they come into this community.
He is the perfect Democratic mayor. I ain't even gonna cap. I don't know about the job that he's doing over in Memphis because he's not a loud mayor. But what I do know is that he's effectively being a politician. He is straddling the line and saying, oh, no, we don't really want them to come here, but we understand that it's already on its way. And so instead of fighting it, we got to figure out how we can hold it down. We want to work with him. He's not directing the police like Brandon Johnson in Chicago not to do it, not bringing out the salt trucks, not parking all on the street so that he could try to prevent the National Guard from being there. He said, listen, man, they already coming. It's not that we necessarily want them to, because he got to please both the liberal voters that got him in office, while at the same time, he really want to stop the crime inside of his community. Hey, I don't have no choice. The governor said that this is what we going to do, and so this is what we going to do. We got to figure out how to work effectively with the federal government. And MSNBC is aggravated. They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that. They want him to be angry. But see, this is what bipartisan working together, trying to fix the community looks like. This is what it looks like when you start to embrace both sides. It's not that every side has every answer. It's plenty of y'all that got mad at me because I didn't necessarily agree with everything that the conservative said. Plenty of y'all got mad at me on this live stream. And that's okay. I agree with a lot of what Republicans say, but at the same time, listen, we're better together than we are apart. And if the goal is to stop crime, I don't really understand why that's a bipartisan thing. Listen, Democrats, Republicans, this should not be a political issue. Stop crime. Prevent people from killing each other. Get in there. Use our resources for doing what it is that we got to do. I think that he's probably on to something. If Brandon Johnson was smart, he would work with the federal government in order to make sure that they have a good relationship so that what? So that when the National Guard leaves or whatever assignment that's done, then he can continue to get that federal funding. Trump is not threatening to pull funding from people that are working with the federal government. He's threatening to pull funding from people that continue to oppose what's best for the American people. The American people voted. This is what they want. They want to fix their communities. So when you start to work with people, listen, we got to get this federal funding and we need to fix this crime. So how do we solve for both problems? That is what leaders do. I don't know a lot about the Memphis mayor. I'm just going based off of what I see. What leaders do is they build relationships so that they can solve problems. Being a leader, whether you're in corporate America or whether you're in your own household, you figure out how you can solve problems. And so sometimes that calls for you to put your ego down. Somebody told me over the weekend, they said, why do you think that I'm hiring right now? Somebody sat me down over the weekend. I'm going to be absolutely honest. They said, listen, Anton, you missing out on money. You know that, right? I said, what you mean? You don't like to let stuff go. You like to do it yourself. You feel like you're the only person that could do it or whatever, so on and so forth. Anton, you supposed to be over here. You got to take care of this. You got to take care of this. And you need to set yourself up for what's happening in 5 to 10 years. And you can't do that. You need to expand the team. Stop being so stingy and start spending some money. You're right. You're right. All right. So what I got to do? What do you think? Let's go through this with a fine tooth comb. Let's figure out how it is that we need to manage this thing and quarterback this thing. Good counsel. Good counsel. Went through, talked to some other people from the team, went through and then talked to some other people that was a part of my council, stuff like that. I said, listen, what do you think about this idea? Because I always got to get a witness. I always have to get a witness. I always got to get a witness. And every single thing that I do, I get a witness. Hey, what do you think about this idea? Hey, what are your thoughts on this? They said, tell me the pros and the cons, this and that and this and that. And so I go through and I get a witness and I talk to God about it. I said, you know what? This is the move. This is it right here. Let me figure this out then. Never too prideful to solve for a problem. My goal is to figure out or to surround myself with people that can help me do the thing that's best for my people. His people, as a Memphis mayor, is the people in the city. What happens when you fix the city and you get better public safety? Well, guess what? First of all, you get more federal funding because they see that you're actually making progress and they don't just want to throw money at the wall. The second thing that happens, more people start to move in because they have safety in their community. The third thing that happens, then you start to have businesses seeing that they can do business in that community, and then they start to bring in their dollars, their investment dollars. It becomes a vehicle for stability within the region and within the community. But if you can't work with somebody, if your only thing as a leader is to say, I oppose you, I oppose you, I oppose you, instead of saying, how can we You are a bad leader. Flat out, you are a bad leader. I know y'all think that these revolutionists and all of this stuff, these people is just throwing this whole city into chaos. They're throwing the cities into chaos. You have to learn to work with other people. Sometimes people that you don't even like because they have great ideas. They just so happen to have a great idea. You know what? They own to something now. Let's go ahead and hear them out.
Mr. Mayor, help me understand, because I'm a little bit confused. How long has the Republican governor of the state of Tennessee been the governor?
I think Governor Lee has been in office for about 7 years. Next year will be his last year.
7 years. Yeah. 7 years. And he's...
I want y'all to look at the title of this. This is from MSNBC. It says, Memphis mayor pressed on what the guard would do in his city. That is the name that they put, the title that they put on this clip on YouTube. MSNBC put Memphis mayor pressed on what the guard would do in his city. They eat their own when you start looking at things objectively and saying, okay, does this work for the city and the citizens or no? Most politicians are slaves to the network instead of being servants to the people.
Just noticing now that Memphis has a crime problem, so much so under his watch, he did nothing about it. I'm really helping me understand how, before you get to federal resources, as a former state official, statewide official, lieutenant governor of my state, I know that if there was a particular area that had to deal with crime, and certainly there were parts of Maryland that did, the first call for help was not from the federal government. It was working with the city.
As Lieutenant Governor, Baltimore fell further into disrepair under his leadership too. Just want to say that.
Working with the county, working with the municipalities to create solutions in our state. And if it was beyond our capacity, sir, then maybe we would call for federal help. But so I don't understand what's different. It wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that Memphis is a largely black municipality, would it?
Yeah. So Memphis is the largest majority black city in the nation. It's something that I wear.
And that is that's one thing that he said that he was wrong about. Memphis is not the largest black majority city in the nation. It's not. Nope. Memphis has never been the largest black. Memphis comes second to Detroit. And then after that, I believe it was, I don't remember what the other one is. Memphis has never been the largest black majority city in the United States of America. It's always been Detroit. Always been Detroit.
As a badge of honor, and I think it's something that we should be proud of. I will say that Governor Lee, certainly he can speak for himself, but I will say that they have been partners with the city on a number of initiatives they've supported with Tennessee Highway Patrol, helping us on our interstates, and they provide significant funding in the form of violent crime intervention funds that help with some of those intervention and prevention strategies that I talked about. I'll have to let him speak to his position on the National Guard itself. But my goal as mayor of the city is to make sure that whatever decisions that are made that are outside the control of me as mayor, that we figure out how to turn it into a win for our community. And that's my goal in this situation.
He did not like that answer. He did not like him bigging up the governor and saying, hey, they helped us on the highway patrol. They helped us to target this. They helped us on that. They helped us on this. He did not like that, and this guy just broke it down, and he did it respectfully. He didn't even seem like he was breaking him down. He did. You said I'm off, it's not Detroit? I'm off, it's not Detroit? Well, let's figure it out. Let's find out. I'm off. All right, okay. It's a simple search. It's nothing major. We could figure it out. Let me make sure I expand my screen. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's figure it out. Largest black majority cities in the country. Well, according to Gemini and AI, it says the largest majority black cities in the United States of America are Detroit, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi. Followed by South Fulton, Georgia, Memphis, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama, and so on and so forth. $639,000 black people. Here, let's deeper dive into AI mode. Why don't we? Maybe I'm off. Determining the largest majority. The largest majority black cities can be based either in the highest percentage of black residents or the largest absolute number of black residents. Data from the U.S. Census Bureau is typically used in these rankings, with the most recent full census occurring in 2020. According to the 2020 census, with cities over 100,000 residents have the highest proportion of black residents. South Fulton is 93% black. Jackson is 80.45. Detroit is 80.38. Birmingham, Memphis is only 63%. Okay, so this is broken down by the percentage above 100,000 people. And so for every 100,000 people, there are 90, or for every 100 people, 93 of the people are black in South Fulton, Georgia. Now, where does the majority of black people live as far as the entire population? How many black people is in one area? I'm assuming that probably is Detroit, and that's why they were ranked number one. How many people is in South Fulton? So South Fulton only have 112,000 people total. So as of 2024, it used to have, in 2016, 95,000 people. As of the 2024 census estimate, 2020 census, it had 170,000 people. 2024, it had 112,000 people. How many people are in Detroit? So Detroit has a population of about 645,000 people. Atlanta has 520,000, which is different than the Atlanta metro area. Cleveland have 365,000 people, the population itself. So there you have it. There is the context, and that's why they say Detroit is the city with the largest population of black people, because 80% of the people in Detroit are black and they have a higher population than South Fulton. But if you're talking about cities over 100,000, as far as the percentage of people that are black in there, then it would be South Fulton. And there you have it. All right. So now that we have the full context, first of all, I don't know why he said Memphis is the largest population of black people. That is false. That is 100% false. But more importantly, you were wrong in saying that it wasn't Detroit. It absolutely is Detroit. And for a long time, Detroit has largely always been known as the largest majority of black people of residents in a city. All right, let's continue.
I want you to take a listen to what the mayor of Shelby County, Tennessee, had to say about this news.
To have individuals with military fatigue, semi-automatic weapons, and armored vehicles patrolling our streets is way too far. It's anti-democratic and it's anti-American. The way you can take away democratic liberties is to make sure that people don't have a way to protest. And the way you do that is to patrol the city with military personnel. The other way is you stifle the military in such a way that the military begins to comply even when the orders are unlawful.
Mayor Young, do you share those concerns?
Well, I think there are many in the community that are concerned and they're scared. They want to know how things are
Washington, D.C. is known as Chocolate City, not Detroit.
Going to look in our city if and when this takes place. And so my goal as mayor is to make sure that we continue the dialogues with the governor and with the federal government to make sure that we have a clear understanding of where they're going to be patrolling, what are they going to be wearing, what times will they be assigned for the work. Those are all dialogues that we're looking forward to having over the next week or two as we get deeper into this discussion.
Mayor, I guess I'm just wondering, what in Washington, D.C., where, you know, the chairman and I, we live in D.C. I'm in New York right now with Ms. Menendez here. But in Washington, D.C., the National Guard is picking up trash. They are literally, ANC commissioners have sent out emails asking for suggestions from the citizens of the district about what beautification projects the National Guard can participate in. So what exactly can the Guard do for you in Memphis, Tennessee? Like, you got a trash problem? I thought some of the things that you have been working on in terms of working with the violence interrupters, talking to the gangs, those kind of things are things that I'm familiar with that you have been engaged on, that have worked to bring to try to get your arms around the issue of crime in your city. What is the National Guard going to do for you? And I'm asking in this way because I hear you saying it's your understanding they're coming, but what they go.
Mika, I hear you said you wish you would shut up. You wish EJ would shut up. Don't worry about it. I think he gonna answer this one pretty good also.
Do when they get there?
Well, I mean, we're still working to figure that out, but I certainly have a list of things that I think they could help with. We do have issues with blight in our community, and if there's a way for them to help support our team on that front, we have a deficit of about 300 to 500 officers that we need. And while they won't be serving in a law enforcement capacity, there may be things that they can do on major events and help coordinate traffic and things like that when we have big crowds as we get into football season with the University of Memphis or Grizzlies game. So I think that as we have conversations, we can certainly find ways to use their support to back up the efforts of our Memphis police.
They don't like that. First of all, perfect answer. Perfect answer. Because she tried to make it seem like, well, what are they going to do there? He said, listen, we got a list of things that we need help with. We down 200 to 300 police officers. We need help with this. We got a lot of blight in our community. We doing this. They don't like. I'm surprised that MSNBC even put this clip up. I'm surprised that MSNBC actually put this clip up. Is it a real her? I think that's a real her. So shout out to the Memphis mayor. I'm going to try to reach out to him and see if I can get him on the show sooner rather than later, but we'll see how that plays out. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Yeah. Amethyst Angel says, I'm 62 and here to learn what I don't know. I learn something new every day. Shout out to Amethyst Angel. Getting to it. I love my ladies. Keelan Murray says, AD, your videos are like locusts all over my algorithm, and I'm here for it. Premium them all. Yeah. Turbulent Inflation says, the days of the media being unbiased and actually reporting with facts are gone. Thank you, Turbulent Inflation. I appreciate you for tapping in on the channel. Let me double check something really quickly to make sure that we all on the same page. We got time for at least one more. I don't know if we ain't gonna get to all of the stories that I wanted to talk about. All right, we good. All right, y'all. So let's go into. We'll get into Mexico tomorrow. We'll deep dive into the money. I need to put up the link to the Discord, and I need to put up the link to the next live stream. So I'm gonna focus on that. Instead of putting timestamps up, I'll do that. Have y'all heard about this? Have y'all heard about the chick that worked at Walmart that started shooting at the other chicks because they got into a fight really quickly? Y'all ain't heard about this one? All right, let me bring you up to speed on what's going on. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
On this Thursday night, we are getting our first look at the Walmart employee accused of opening fire inside the store and shooting another woman.
Yeah, this started with a fight that triggered chaos, and it happened at the store near Humble off the Beltway at Wilson Road. That's
what. Can I ask y'all a question? Because listen, Lord knows we got our share of YNs out here running around with switches. Thank you, love. I'm going to read that super chat shortly. Lord knows. And Lord knows we got our share of people that's dressed, men dressed as women, that is shooting up everything. But let me ask y'all a question. What's up with my ladies, yo? What's going on? What's up with my ladies? Y'all out here, y'all got that ooh-wop shebang on y'all? Click, clack. Y'all walking around with the ooh-wop shebang inside of your Walmart vest? What's up with my ladies, man? Olivia, I don't know what happened to the women. I don't know what happened to the women. Like, I thought that women was supposed to be like little puppy dogs under their man. Chilling, trying to be all feminine, ain't trying to be fighting with nobody, avoiding confrontation. I didn't even know that women fought like this as adults. I didn't know that women was just out here throwing hands. Canelo and Crawford. By the way, I saved myself a ton of money on that. I didn't bet on that fight because I just wasn't sure about it. I felt some type of way. Everybody was telling me, even my own dog, my mans was like, bro, Canelo might be too strong for him. I'm a conflict. Y'all was on a phone call. I was conflicted. I said, I don't know. I didn't bet it. I said, you know what? I'm going to just chill and watch the fight. I seen Crawford dismantle Canelo. I said, save myself some money. I felt like I hit the lottery just by not betting. Ooh, I started spending money. Because see, in my mind, I would have spent it on the fight. So I was just out here making it rain. But what's up with my ladies? Let's get back to the article.
And shooting another woman.
Yeah, this started with a fight that triggered chaos, and it happened at the store near Humble off the Beltway at Wilson Road. That's what we find Matt Doherty tonight. Matt?
And the Walmart remains closed after it was shut down at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's when the shooting started. The customer I spoke with tonight says shoppers ran for their lives, and now he plans to sue.
So Kamal says, man, AD, you ain't seen ladies brawl in school. Ruthless. Men fight now, friends later. Women fight enemies for life. Now, I seen it in school, but I'm talking about grown women.
Andre Spencer was inside the Walmart shopping at about 2:15 this afternoon in the automotive section when he heard the shots.
The next thing I knew, I heard a gunshot, and they were saying, run to the back, go tell everybody go to the back.
He was convinced there was a mass shooter inside the store.
As soon as we heard the shots, everybody started running. So yes, that's the only thing that I thought of. I wasn't going to come out of here.
He says he fell to the ground and was hurt during the chaos. Harris County Sheriff's Office deputies tell us the shooting happened at the front of the store and was the result of an ongoing dispute between an employee.
Yeah, y'all puppy dogs, Marsha. Just want to stay up under us. Yeah. You never heard of that before, Marsha?
And 3 other women.
The other 3 females, I think, came to complain to management about her. Nothing to do with Walmart. They were just complaining about her. The employee saw them there.
And investigators say when the Walmart worker saw those 3 women that she knew a fight broke out. Deputies say at one point the Walmart worker pulled out a gun, shooting one of the 3 women at least once. The worker later walked to the front of the store and surrendered to deputies. We've blurred her face because we haven't learned the charges she may be facing.
So y'all out here fighting? Yo, that's her right there. That's the Walmart worker. Y'all started getting into a scrap. But y'all didn't know that she had that ooh-wop shebang. Women are walking around just like men nowadays. Women are walking around just like men nowadays. They have no cool. They have no couth. They are just like guys, bro. Y'all said she looked like a throttle.
Did he say the woman who was shot will be okay?
I have a real bad shoulder pain, and I feel a real bad pain in my lower back, like my tailbone, because I fell on my butt, and it is painful.
For Mr.
What did I got to do with it? Is he person trying to sue Walmart? Get the hell out of here. Y'all always trying to come up.
Sir, it's a day he'd like to forget. He's hired a lawyer and intends to sue Walmart because he says the store didn't keep its customers safe. In Humble, I'm Matt Doherty.
Oh, man, my lower back. Get the heck out of here, bro. Is that serious? I wasn't expecting that type of twist on the story. He's suing?
Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Joel Eisenbaum in for Keith and Daniela. Chaos erupts in an East Harris County Walmart as an employee shoots a woman. The woman who was shot is expected to be okay. The shooter is now in custody. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says a group of women got into a scuffle at the Walmart on the North Belt and Wilson Road.
Y'all fighting with each other like that?
The woman was let off in handcuffs, but deputies have not said if she's the shooter. KPRC2's Corley Peel joins us live outside that Walmart with how this all unfolded. Corley?
Joel, a scary situation out here today. The scene has cleared tonight and Walmart remains closed, but deputies tell us this shooting happened after 3 women showed up here wanting to complain to management about an employee that they know. Their complaint was not about her job here. It was about an outside dispute that was personal to them. But witnesses I spoke with said
so they pulled up for the smoke. So wait a minute. Y'all was doxing in real life. That's what y'all got going on nowadays? Y'all was doxing in real life? Okay, so the chicks came up to Walmart not to complain about something that was happening at Walmart. Y'all was coming up there and looking for a fight. And obviously, she knew that y'all was possibly going to come up there and cause some problems. And that's why she had that ooh-wop shebang up in her blue vest. Okay, it makes sense now. Yep, it makes sense now. So y'all gonna go up there and tell y'all manager on her? Y'all said it was about a man? Y'all think it was about a man? I think it was about a man. Had to be. That's the only time that people go up to their job about something. That's the only time that women check somebody about something. I can go out of their way to do it. I've never seen a woman go out of her way to go and find somebody in order to check her for anything outside of a man. That's all women care about. That is y'all central focus in life. Y'all keep trying to act like y'all don't care, but I know better. Y'all keep trying to act like y'all don't care. It ain't no big deal. We ain't checking for men. That's why y'all keep having all of these posts talking about decentering men, because y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about. Listen, the primary focus of a woman, all of the rest of this stuff is a distraction. Her going to college, distraction. Her working, distraction. Her doing this, distraction. Her going to this event, it's a distraction. She will drop all of that if she can find a man that she wants. And am I not talking successful queen? She will drop all of that foolishness. Y'all, that's busy work. I'm going to college. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. The minute that she get a man, she can't wait to get pregnant so that she can be at home with her feet up. Oh my God, girl, we need to plan for this baby shower. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna wear tomorrow. All y'all want to do is figure out whatever the next movement is. I want to do Pilates. I want to go over here to some random place that I ain't never seen before, but I spotted it on TikTok. I want to go to brunch. Brunch, prayer, pregnancy, and man. That's the culmination of a woman's life. That's the pinnacle. That's peak woman. Brunch, prayer, Pilates, man. man with money so that I can go to brunch and go to pray and go do Pilates. That's what women fighting over every day. What? You talk to my man? I can't believe it. You fight over the ghetto ones. You fight over the good ones. You fight over the ghetto ones. You fight over all of the story times. That's the only thing that women talk about. If Charlie Kirk hadn't died, you know what we'd have been talking about all week on social media? I can't believe black men like white women. These men, they don't want to get themselves together. They want a woman that goes 50-50. These men keep listening to men like Anton on these podcasts, and they change, and I lost my relationship because of the red pill. It's all about a man. Every single thing that a woman talks about is a man. A man with his money, a man in his cock, a man that's a good father, a man that's simping, a man in the friend zone, my man. That's all they want to do. Oh, I ain't letting him go. Girl. That's why they fighting at Walmart. I guarantee you. I say that with my chest. I put my reputation on the line. Walmart fight man. It's a man. It's a man. It's a man somewhere involved in that. It's a man somewhere involved in that. Cause she wasn't bad looking. See, y'all slipping. Y'all slipping. Y'all slipping. Listen. Look. I know you can't see past the perp walk. Let me see where she at. There she is. Where the perp walk.
Our camera captured a woman being walked away in handcuffs. We've blurred her face, but she's connected to the shooting inside this Walmart.
She not a big bag. She not a big bag.
We've blurred her face, but she's connected to the.
Is she not a big bag? Fix her up. Cover that tattoo or whatever that scar is on her body. She not a big bag. That's over a man. She took my man. She did this. That's all day long. All day long. That's a man in there.
Shooting inside this Walmart. A witness took this cell phone video showing a scuffle inside.
Bonnet on too?
Seen trying to break up a group of women who were fighting. Deputies say it was 3 women fighting with a female employee they had previous beef with. An anonymous witness checking out at the cashier quickly watched as things turned violent.
The Walmart employee walked up to her and pointed her gun out like she didn't have no emotion toward it. She wasn't even angry no more. She literally just shot her.
She was getting jumped. She had to hit him with the ooh-up shebang.
Deputies say a woman involved in the dispute was shot in the arm. The witness says everyone hit the ground running.
There was a lot of the elderly that were having panic attacks and ambulances, and we were falling out and passing out. It was just a lot.
The suspect with a weapon walked toward the front door where our units were pulling up. She raised her hands and surrendered to deputies arriving.
Santino Gomez says he was just trying to buy Pokemon cards and Doritos when he saw the chaotic.
Let the stereotypes write itself. Mr. Gomez was trying to buy Pokemon cards and Doritos. Man, all stereotypes is real. I don't care what you say, bro. All stereotypes are real. All of them are real. In some capacity, all stereotypes is real, bro. This dude was there to get Pokemon cards and Doritos. Trying to find the next Pikachu.
Seen outside.
So she decided to pull out a gun. You know, she ruined it for a bunch of the people that are trying to go to the store and stuff. So it kind of annoyed me that she acted in a cowardly manner.
Many shoppers left with security concerns.
It happened so quick. I'm like,
that's not a cowardly manner. If somebody come up to your job, 3 of them jump you, somebody got to dive. I'll go, you got to go. Somebody got to die. Let the gunshots blow.
Manner.
Many shoppers.
So it kind of annoyed me that she acted in a cowardly manner.
Many shoppers left with security concerns.
It happened so quick. I'm like, where did the gun even come from? How did you even come to work with a gun?
And we have reached out to Walmart asking about their security policies and how this employee was able to have a gun at work. They sent us a statement only saying that they take these incidents seriously and violence is not accepted inside their stores. Again, that
how was she supposed to react? Realistically, I always know. Listen, I'm always holding people accountable for their ghetto behavior. But realistically, honestly, what was she supposed to do? How would you have suggested that she handled the situation? That's not cowardly. You got 3 hood rats coming up there and they got bonnets on. They got their hair tied up. They was ready for a fight. They was ready to step in. Got to stay away from this ratchet behavior. Got to stay away from it. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Shout out to my dog, Bryant Smith. I appreciate you, Bryant Smith, for holding me down, big dog. Thank you, my friend on Cash App. Thank you to everybody that support the platform. Thank you to Brian Smith. I appreciate you, bro. Love Curly Hair says, I joined the Bag Chasers. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Shout out to Love Curly Hair. I appreciate you. Keelan Murray says, I just delivered a load at that particular Walmart this past Saturday. Come on, man. Man, you know what it is, Keelan. You know what it is. Christopher Evans says women are trying to be men nowadays. They fighting, bro. That True Mech says that's Houston, Texas. Women are different there. Brock in the building. Shout out to Brock. Brock says it's the Pastor Love offering. Ayanna Van Zandt said it best. Women are out of order, and this is a prime example that her words were facts. It's sad to see this. Thank you, Brock. Well, listen, y'all. It's been a great Monday show. I'm so excited. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. When is Block Club? I am putting it up now, and you will get the exact time and date. Well, maybe not now. Maybe within the next hour and a half. But I'm putting it up within the next hour and a half, and you will get the exact time and date. I don't want that to be available to the general public. You're going to have to be a part of the Patreon in order to get that game. All right? So I got you. Thank you for asking. Pokemon cards is bringing that money in. Pokemon cards is bringing all the boys to your yard. Bring back salsa Doritos. Yeah, I feel you. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. After Hours, the Q show on After Hours, hosted by Anton from AntonDaniels.com. If you are looking for the link to After Hours, mods, somebody in the mods chat, please put that inside of the chat. You're going to drop it in the Discord? Bet. Cool. Got you. After Hours channel tonight. We getting it in, all right? All right, y'all. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Mari says, largest majority black city is based on city size. Thank you, Mari McRae. I appreciate you, Mari. All right, y'all. Remember, if y'all want to know more information about the job that I said that I was hiring for, that job, well, go back to the description that I had in the very beginning of the video. So all you got to do is go back to the beginning of this live stream, rewatch it. If you qualify, hit me up. And if you're willing to work, and if you don't qualify, then just pass it along to somebody that does, and be happy for somebody that get that $100,000 a year. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We don't just talk about it. We give people opportunities. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley. 40% off your first order. 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys tonight. Peace.